and live video at WesternIowaToday.com.
And good evening. Tom Robbins alongside Perry Fief and Kevin Ferguson down the sidelines. Cody Weaver behind the camera tonight. 91 degrees our temperature here as we start the pregame show here at 6 o'clock. Freshman game still going on right now, and it's a good one. Creston leading 28-21. Atlantic now with a touchdown to make it 28-27. So what a game, and we still have about 8 minutes to go here in this first quarter. So I'm not sure the varsity game will, fourth quarter, I'm not sure the varsity game will start exactly at 7 o'clock. We're going to talk to Mr. Andy Mitchell here in a moment, the athletic director, and we'll find out what the schedule is going to be. But still a great game here with Atlantic and Creston here in this freshman contest. Yeah, broadcast brought to you by Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll. First Whitney Bank, they're the only bank you'll ever need, a First Whitney Bank. Body Basic, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. And the Seatros, by your side to maximize yield. Philipper Joe, your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkler, Nick Knutson. We're just cheering
They got a 2-point conversion, so it's 28-28 right now.
Tied up at 28-28. Outfitters Plus Outlet Store brings us our broadcast every Friday night and also during the week with volleyball and basketball throughout the season. They're your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic and the Super Bowl. Grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for glow bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Switta, they're safe, they're reliable. Switta for all your transportation needs. Not sure we do without those folks. Switta. Also brought to you by Stein Seed. As Stein has yield, contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. And Hy-Vee, bakery, deli, grocery, meat department, and pharmacy, always there for you, your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic. And Rolling Hills, a bank and trust, a hometown bank for hometown people. Member FDIC. Elkhart Plastics, integrity, optimism, customer focus, and a can-do spirit. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to fill out an application. And the Fish Store and the Pet Center, your local one-stop pet shop in downtown Atlantic. Perry Fief says there's puppies in the window.
I hope someone went and asked them.
And my wife went by and they're guinea pigs, is what she told me.
Okay. Right. She was talking to Cody. That's what.
Hey, our stream is brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. And we've got a game here in this freshman game, but we'll continue on with our pregame show. And Perry Fief, here we are. This is like week one with 91 degrees right now. There is a breeze outside, though.
Outside, but here in the hot box, it's like we did something wrong. So if people think there's air conditioning in this press box, there is not.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a warm night because kickoff is scheduled to be 83 degrees. The sun will go down about 7:05, and then about postgame we'll have temperatures in the 70s. So you've got your shorts on, your short sleeves. Cody has his shorts on and short sleeves, and I didn't see what Fergie had on for his apparel here, but
Speedo. Yeah, that's why I kept my back to him when you guys were talking.
Perry, you and Kevin take it away here and talk about last week. Good win for the Trojans over Knoxville. Probably, maybe a score a little closer than what the competition really was. Atlantic really dominated on defense, allowing the Panthers just 17 yards on the ground.
Right, and again, it was this and once Coach Satoff figured out that he had to get some pressure on that quarterback, and he was sending some outside blitzes, that really helped the defense out some more. Yeah, they were getting some passes here and there, but everybody did what they were supposed to do, and when you do your job right, you come up with a win usually, most of the time.
Big win. Atlantic went to 1-0 in district play, and that's a good way to start.
Yeah.
You can't win them all unless you win the first, and the Trojans now will face a very good Creston team tonight. The Panthers defeating Harlan last week 25-22 with a field goal late in the season, in the fourth quarter. Harlan now 3-2 in the season, and Creston comes in unblemished. They're number one in some polls in the state in 3A, number 2 in others.
I was wondering if,
Fergie, let's go back to last week and your thoughts. You were right down there where the battle was going on.
Well, Tom, a lot of good things last week with that defense. A lot of hard hits. No turnovers. And we talked about that in the pregame. We talk about that a lot, is how that turnover thing is such a defining factor of the end result. And there was no turnovers for Atlantic. And, we hope that happens again today. Now, the thing I'd like to see him improve on maybe is let's clean up the penalties a little bit. And, Just play the hard-nosed game that you played last week. Believe you can win this game and play hard, hit hard. And you know what? Good things are going to happen. You know, they can win this. They beat Creston last year, you know.
Oh, boy, do we remember that. And
Yeah.
I think the Creston boys do as well. And Atlantic freshmen, they've got the momentum now as they stop the Panthers on a 4th down. And they'll turn the ball over and down. So Atlantic has a 25-yard line. This is a freshman team with not a lot of numbers, but I've been impressed with the way they've performed this season.
And their size. I'm impressed with the size. I mean, there's some big boys down there as freshmen, and they play hard. And they got a fullback that runs amazing for Atlantic, and he's a freshman, and we got an amazing fullback as a sophomore. So they're going to have to figure out how to play these guys in a couple of years to have them on the field at the same time.
You're talking about walking whales there.
Oh, my gosh,
He's not only good at offense.
He's a little Brahma bull.
And he can fish, too. He's been Angler of the Year as of late, and he gets across the 20 down to 19-yard line. Well, let's take a look at Creston here, and they've got a very good running back in Brennan Hayes. Atlantic was able to hold him under 75 yards a year ago, but he's had his share of yards here in 2023 for the first 5 games. Hayes has carried the ball 93 times for 651 yards. He's averaging 70 yards a carry. He scored 5 touchdowns. And Cale Turner, who has played about every position for Creston, he's played a lot of defense. He's played wide out. Now this year took over the signal calling, and he's had a great season. He's thrown for 1,328 yards and 15 touchdowns. And here's what's most impressive, Perry, Fief, and Fergie. He has not thrown an interception.
Really?
You know, and that many attempts, 116 attempts, no interceptions. He can shoot his target. There's no doubt about it. Leading ball carrier, we talk about Hayes. Receiving, and the leading receiver for Creston is Brennan Hayes with 508 yards, so he's got a lot of all-purpose yards for this football team. He's averaging 25 yards a catch, and he's had a tremendous start to the season. We'll see Josh Schaefer out there, the tight end, with 169 yards receiving, and then Brandon Briley, the senior wideout. He has 20 catches, 390 yards for the Panthers. For Atlantic, the sophomore quarterback Zayden Parker, I think he's really come on the last couple of weeks here, and he's having a good season as well for Atlantic, throwing the football, and had a good week last week as well for the Trojans, and Atlantic is getting that running game going as well here as of late are the Trojans. So it's going to be an interesting game here tonight, and looking forward to it. Look at Parker's stats: 547 yards passing, 8 touchdowns. He has 9 picks, but a few of those were against 2 weeks ago Winterset. And also rushing, it is Dante Hetherington with 299, and Gavin McLaren, you talk about the fullback. He didn't expect to be the leading ball carrier this season. He thought he was going to pave the way for Hetherington. He has 330 yards rushing. And receivers, Colton Rasmussen, 176 yards, and Jarrett Hansen, who missed the game because of injury. Boy, he had a terrific game last week, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was all over the field on offense and defense.
Number 12, we'll see him out there here this evening. Well, our pregame show continues. Once again, 91 degrees our temperature right now. We're going to talk to Atlantic Athletic Director, Mr. Andy Mitchell, coming up right after these.
At Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, they pride themselves on going the extra mile. How, you ask? By providing unbeatable, no-pressure service from knowledgeable salespeople. By taking that extra step to make sure you find the right vehicle for your needs. By truly providing a world-class experience right here in Atlantic. So stop by today and see how they can go the extra mile for you. Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, 100 East 2nd Street, or online at gregyoungatlantic.com.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Game show on 95.7 FM. We will not start at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll start 60 minutes after this freshman game is complete. Atlantic leading now 34-28. Still 3-4. Check that. I believe they got the 2-point. 36-28 Atlantic with the lead. An 8-point advantage for the Trojan freshmen. And they've scored 2 touchdowns in a row. Mr. Andy Mitchell joining us. A pretty impressive group here.
Yeah, we went up 6-0 in the first quarter. A nice long drive to start the game. And next thing you know, Creston's up 21-6. And, at halftime, like, oh, what's going on? And wow, what a second half it's been for the Trojans.
We talked a little bit about these freshmen. Not a lot of numbers here, but they've really competed well this season.
Yeah, this is a real nice group of freshman athletes. It's not going to be just football; it's in a lot of sports, and we kind of knew that coming in that we had that in this group, and now they just got to learn how to win.
Well, let's talk about this past week in Trojan sports. We'll start with cross country.
Yeah, cross country had the. Went to our meet against probably the toughest competition, or one of the toughest of the year last night. And we take a trip every year to Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk's got a great situation next to their brand new stadium that Tom and I got to see this summer.
Yes.
Is their cross country course, and it's their own private course. They get to use it, and it's all 5A teams there, 4A teams except for us. We're the only 3A team runs, and our boys finished 6 out of 8, and the girls finished 9 out of 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So we held our own, ran pretty well, and pretty proud of those kids. And now we're done until next Thursday when we have our home cross country meet.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. It's going to be back at Nishney Hills.
Yep.
And the parking's going to be a little bit different here, Andy.
A little bit, yeah. We do want to thank Nishney Hills. It's a big, big undertaking to run a cross country meet, and we really don't have a lot of options in town except for the 2 golf courses. And thank you for Nishney Hills and for working with us this year and the opportunity to run there. But there will be no parking in the Nishney Hills parking lot. There will be parking allowed on 14th Street, which is not usually done, but the police will be covering that up so fans can park there. Otherwise, they have to park at the high school. So if you are in need of to park close, you're going to need to get there early to take those parking spots. Also, if you need a golf cart to use during the day or during the races, usually only a couple of them are taken out. That's going to have to be done ahead of time. Not the day of the race, and there's going to be a rental fee for that. So if you're interested and you absolutely need a golf cart to get around to see the racers on Thursday, please contact Nishney Hills Golf Club and Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and get that set up.
You bet. And that starts at 4 o'clock. Now, is that going to be some middle school races as well?
We start with 2 middle school races, and then we do JV girls, varsity boys, varsity girls, JV boys. So I have 6 races. We'll do senior night for the cross-country members that night as well. So it's a packed night. We've adjusted things a little bit because of the chip timing system. We've learned we can start races before some are finished. So we've been starting our last race at like 6:15 or later, scheduled-wise at least. This year we're scheduled for 5:55 to start the last race. So
perfect,
because it gets dark really quick.
7:05, Mr. Mitchell.
Especially if it's cloudy. It's that last runner comes in and woof. We're lucky the camera can see them. But, start a little, speeding it up a little bit should help with that.
Volleyball team had a very competitive outing against Harlan last night. A lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Harlan came out with a 3-1 win, but after that initial first opening of the set, Atlantic really settled in and competed well. They lost 3-1, but it was very entertaining.
I asked Coach Blake before the matches started. I said, so what do we got tonight? She said, you got 2 pretty evenly matched teams, and that we could go toe-to-toe. That first match, you set you right. Harlan came out on fire and just obliterated the ball. But then after that, those were close ball games, and we settled down, and was able to pull off the 3rd set. And I thought for a while we were going to pull off the 4th set, and Harlan was able to come back. But they competed. That's one thing I was really proud of the girls last night is they didn't stop competing.
No.
They didn't stop having fire in their bellies, and that's exciting to see. So hats off to them.
Let's talk about next Friday night now, and I got to ask you about it because it's out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a special night. Tell us all about it.
So I this past Wednesday I had a phone message on my desk that I needed to call a gentleman from an area code. I had no clue where it was from, and it said Vice President Pence at the Perry football game on October 6th. Please call ASAP. And I'm looking at it like, this can't be legit. What? And so I got a hold of the gentleman, and I'll be darned, this is legit. He works with former Vice President Mike Pence, and they asked if they could come to the football game. I said, we will. That definitely can happen. This is the former president, Vice President of the United States. We're going to treat that office with respect, and if they want to come to the game, you bet. As we would do for anybody in that situation. And so we started talking to more. He goes, "Hey, do you think you could do the coin flip?" I'm like, why not? So I then got a hold of the other administration and let them know what was happening. Yesterday, myself, Heather McKay, the principal, and Dr. Beth Johnson, our superintendent, did another phone call with this gentleman. We had a bunch of questions that we wanted answers for. So, Vice President Pence is scheduled to arrive around 6:30 next week. He, we have a welcome committee that we've created to set up to welcome him here. He'll take a few pictures. We'll get him down in the field, for the coin flip, and then he's supposed to come back up and wants to shake hands and, say hi to people, and whether it be in front of the concession stands or up in the stands, I'm not sure how that'll be. I'll stay out of the way at that point in time, but what an opportunity. That's what I told people. It's not often you have the former Vice President of the United States come through town, except 4 years ago we did. And I was telling people the last time I ran into a former vice president, he got elected president. So I think I'm a good luck charm. So I'm going to tell Mr. Pence that he might want to rub shoulders with me, and maybe he'll get elected president. I don't know, but that's my claim to fame, and I'm sticking to it. So So
6:30 he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be here around 6:30, and then he'll stay for a quarter, maybe a half. Of the game, and then go on to the next. But they're campaigning in the area, and we've got some students involved as well, so they can see firsthand how this happens. Some of our student leaders, presidents of our different groups that are going to get to be involved and see. It's a good learning experience, and they can see how that side of politics it looks like, at least not necessarily inside the White House or Capitol Hill, but out in the public. So you're looking forward to the opportunity to interact next week.
Very good. And that'll be a week from tonight. Atlantic will host Perry in the third Class 3A district game here. Freshman game still going on. 2:09 left in county. We're tied at 36-36 overtime with this freshman crew.
I off the top of my head, I don't remember if we'll do overtime. I'm guessing we won't in this situation, but because of being so late, but that could change. But this is a heck of a ball game no matter what happens here. So
Wales with the catch, and he gets all the way down to the 40, and he's still going, and he's to the 31. Atlantic trying to win this thing. They're tied up at 36, 144 to go.
Jake, once he gets going, he's tough to bring down. He's just, you give him a little bit of head of steam, and watch out. He's fun to watch. He runs hard. Excited about that. But tonight, Tom, we start week 2 of district play, and we came out with a nice win last week, down over in Knoxville. But now 3 out of the next 4 games are against some of the top programs in the state of Iowa. So our boys are gonna, we're gonna have to play mistake-free football tonight. And no turnovers, limit our penalties, and put Creston in positions that they don't want to be in. And then you never know what's going to happen into the ball game.
There's a pass caught, and the freshman to score. How about that? 42-36 now as Grant Petty thread the needle. And the freshman.
That was just a old-fashioned bootleg there. The kid ran a corner. He's either coming, I don't remember if he was on the left end or the right end. So he either ran a corner route as the left end or ran a narrow route as the crosser as the right end. And Grant made a nice bootleg there, and had plenty of room, and he was wide open. I've
got Trevor Ellison on the catch there, number 13, right, guys? I think that was the receiver,
yep.
Cody.
Yeah.
13. Trevor Ellison made the catch. He was wide open. And now Atlantic freshman to go for 2. Just stay right here. 1:40 to go. We're going to bring you the rest of this, at least this series here, is the 2-point conversion. Here's Wales, and he is tough to stop. He's pushing, and I don't know. Did he get in? No, he did not
get in.
Well, that'll
just short.
keep the door open for Creston freshmen here. It's 42-36 in a shootout here in this freshman game tonight. Very entertaining, and crowd really gets into these games as well.
Yeah, well, most of these parents of these kids, and excited to see them compete and have some success, and just cross your fingers, and hopefully they'll pull out a nice little victory here.
Well, it's about to 1:40 to go here in this freshman game here in the fourth quarter. So Atlantic freshmen will kick off. We will have a late start for the varsity game, probably looking at about 7:30 now. Mr.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
I would say somewhere around 7:30 start.
So we hope Perry Fief has a lot of stuff lined up to fill here in that time period. Well, we appreciate you stopping by again. I know you're a busy man and have a lot to take care of, and best of luck to the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Tom, and look forward to an interesting week next Friday night.
You bet.
Something unique I've never experienced in my life, but looking forward to it.
We'll look forward as well. That's coming up a week from tonight here. Perry comes to town, and we're not talking about a Perry Fief. He'll be in town all week.
I was about that. Are you guys going to get confused? Is Perry going to know he's talking about the other team or himself?
I've got a story. Years and years ago, we went up to Perry and to play the Blue Jays, and they had a hat, a blue hat with the Perry on the front of it. I remember Perry purchased that hat. Not sure if he still has it. He doesn't have it. Darn it.
Perry, don't get confused next week, Perry.
Yeah, Perry will be here all week, and Perry will come to town on Friday, the Perry Blue Jays. Good return. And, I believe the ball came out. It was returned by Creston in the freshman game. And they'll have the ball on the 17-yard line with 1:29 to go. So thanks, Andy. We appreciate you. And we'll talk to Andy Mitchell, of course, next week. And we'll have the former Vice President Pence story as well for you, review on our website here and later on, so that folks can get up to date on that. He'll be in Iowa next week, and he's going to make a stop at Atlantic and actually do the coin flip. So Kevin Ferguson can get down there close.
They're going to have to he'd probably have to go through some checks before he can stand on the field.
That snap is long and way back to the 3-yard line of Creston, and things looking good for these Atlantic freshmen.
Yes, they are. This is awesome for the freshmen. They had a close one last week, and coming out with a victory today would be great.
A lot of talent on this freshman team, and some physical players as well. Well, anything else? There is, of course, we have some time to fill till we start. We'll have an hour and a half pregame here tonight because of this lengthy freshman game.
I don't know if I can chatter that long. But we need to ask Fergie how hot it is down there. But it's the shade's starting to cover the whole field.
Yeah, that'll help. And not sure.
But if he's feeling the heat coming off the turf, or I don't know. We'll have to ask him later.
Yep, I think he's probably visiting the concession stand or one of his many fans down there that he runs into. And
probably getting groped.
Wow.
Well, there he is.
Wow. Sometimes it's fun just sitting here listening and see how this conversation is gonna lead on. And I will say this: in 10 years of doing that ain't the first time grope has ever come up.
Well, you got a lot of fans, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to be Perry's word of the game, but we'll see. And of course, that comes up a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Lyman Ag, Lee Satoff and Jimmy Swanson. Always appreciate them. And of course, speaking of Lee Satoff, also a great defensive coordinator. And Perry, they had the 3-4 to start the season, and then they switched back to the 4-man front on that defensive line. That seems to be the difference here.
Well, and I think he figured out that with what he has for defense, and we're not going to use age anymore, but a lot of young kids and trying to rotate a lot of them to keep them fresh, it's easier to run his 4-3 instead of that 3-4.
You say young, and a lot of these guys are in the new positions as well.
Right, that's what I mean. This is their 6th game tonight, so we're not going to say it's a young team.
Right, exactly.
But, age and new positions and a lot of fresh starters.
One of those new position players is Colton Becker now, who's playing guard as well as linebacker and doing a nice job of that. Last week, we welcomed back Jared Hanson. Perry, I know you were impressed with him, not only offensively, but also on defense.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, Lee likes using kids on defense certain ways, and he knew that this Jared Hanson has speed, as we saw last week. And he was, instead of blitzing linebackers up the middle, he was blitzing the linebacker from the outside and making that quarterback scramble to throw instead of just sitting in a pocket and throw. So that put, and that Lee saw that at halftime or figured it out and changed some things up.
No
Perry,
doubt about it. Fergie, go ahead.
The one thing that's impressive is there's a scheme that you want to run, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have the tools in the toolbox to run it. And you got to adapt and adjust as you go. And that's one of the things that I think we've seen all around with the Trojans this year is, you start the season, you want to do this, you want to do that. It don't necessarily work until you get all the pieces put, and you got to keep plugging in different pieces of the puzzle and cutting the edges off to make them work sometimes.
Exactly. You got to shove them in.
Yeah.
Pass incomplete. That should do it for the Atlantic freshmen. They're going to take over on downs and win this thing 42-36. Fergie, where are you? It just seems like the big man up above is talking in my ears here.
I am just sitting in the stands here enjoying this awesome game.
Told you.
It was a lot of fun. These fans, these freshmen parents and grandparents, we might have trouble coming up because I think they're going to be a rowdy bunch.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have an extended pregame here, as folks can tell, with our banter here tonight, and glad to do it. The freshman game going long, and it's 6:27. Our varsity game will start about 7:30 here this evening, and Atlantic will more than likely just take a knee here with 29 seconds to go, and a 42-36 win for this crew. And congrats to Coach Molinex, Coach Smith, for the victory here tonight. Coach Best down there as well, there, Perry Fief.
Yeah, like I said, that's great for the freshmen. I mean, you can tell they've worked hard, and they came up short last week, but this is great for tonight.
Perry, the one thing I'll say about watching these freshmen is I don't think I can honestly say, maybe it's been a while since I've seen a freshman team that it's improved week by week as much as I've seen with these freshmen this year. Right,
exactly. I agree 100%. And there's not a lot. I mean, there's a lot of kids that didn't come out this year for some reason for the freshman squad. So they're playing with what they got, and they're doing a good job.
Well, and the good thing is the ones that are here are dedicated, and that's what you need.
Exactly.
Well, Fergie, your take on the Trojan uniforms. That is Atlantic with the A in the helmet. They've got white pants tonight, huh?
Well,
this is new.
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to say I dislike it because that'd probably be rude, but I'm not necessarily going to say I like it either.
Well, I'm going to go off of the temperature because black attracts heat. We all know that.
Yep.
So let's just keep their legs cool because everybody's cramping. So maybe it's just maybe it's heat thing. Who knows?
Well, that's another thing we may see tonight, too, is the cramps.
Yeah.
And, boy, we saw that against Clark of Osceola.
Yes, sir.
Not only Fergie in week one, but that was across the state when we talked to coaches around the area.
Well, and we saw it last week, too, Tom.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you would when you get this late in the season, you just kind of think maybe that wouldn't be an issue. But it is when it's this warm. So, and actually, it feels really nice out here.
Well, it feels like I'm a pork roast in a crock pot up here.
We've got the varsity teams on the field right now, and we're an hour away from the opening kickoff, and we'll continue our pregame coverage here on 95.7 FM, and Cody Weaver live streaming this thing tonight on WesternIowaToday.com. If you're listening on the radio and you have a chance to get on your computer, just go to WesternIowaToday.com and find that black bar up there. There's a video. Click on video and find KS957. Click on it, and you can watch this game here from Atlantic as well. Well,
hey, Tom,
you go ahead, Ferg.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but did Perry say he's a pork butt?
You don't have to. I was waiting for you to say something. I really was.
Tom jumped in real quick, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I got to interrupt because this is a good one, folks.
I'm setting myself up, and no one's jumping on it.
Well, Fergie got in late, but he got his kick in.
Okay.
Senior Spotlight brought to you by Meyer and Gross. The strength of teamwork and the reputation for results. 3 seniors coming up next on our pregame show on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
First Winnie Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck, because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results. Teamwork, the reputation for results.
Welcome back to the Meyer & Gross Realty Senior Spotlights, and we're going to mix up a little bit here. Tonight we do have sophomore Gav McLaren with us, and we want to go back to last Friday night. What a performance, especially the defensive end, allowing Knoxville just 17 yards on the ground. What was the key there?
We just came out firing. We had a good week of practice. The defense was looking good, and we're rotating guys in, and we stopped the run really good. All the guys up front were making them jump, really being physical up front, and we stopped them.
On the offensive end, you played obviously defense, and then of course you're the fullback and lead the team in rushing here up to this point. Talk about your spot playing fullback.
Yeah, for the most part, they run wedge, scissors with me a lot, but really, I think when I was coming into the season, I wasn't expecting to rush for this much or have this many carries. I just came into the season like, I'll make Dante shine. I'll be the dirty guy. I'll get the extra block to make Dante shine, but it's just my time, and it's just everything's working out for the running game for me and Dante.
Well, you had a lot of rushing yards, both you and Dante, and what can you say about that offensive line's performance?
They're doing good. That's awesome. That's all we need to do. If they make the holes, then we'll go up there and we'll just keep going.
What about this week in practice? Kind of what's your goal? What's the team's goal?
It's a big week for us. If we fly around, if we're physical, big week, everyone's got to be locked in. We got a really good week of practice for a good game on Friday.
And what's going to be the key for you? What are you concentrating on?
I'm going to concentrate on defense. I got to use my hands, stay outside a little bit more for all the run stuff, and offense. I think personally, going back watching film, I need to hold my blocks a little bit longer, stay on, locked in, get downhill a little bit more physically than I have been.
Brennan Hayes, talk about his style.
He's tough. He's downhill. He's hard. He's going to be a tough guy to tackle, but hopefully we can get him down.
What about getting pressure on the quarterback, Cale Turner, also throwing for well over 1,000 yards on the season? Can you get pressure on him? Can he run out of the pocket?
He's quick. He's good out of the pocket when he goes, and he gets out of the pocket. He's tough. We got to stay down. We got to keep our contained. So when he gets out of the pocket, he's going to be dangerous. So we have to keep him contained.
Gavin, best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
And joining us, Xavier Darrow with us, a tight end, and also plays a D end as well. And Xavier, let's talk about last week and what a game, huh?
Tough game going in. We knew that it wasn't going to be a blowout. It wasn't going to be this super easy game. We were going to have to fight for it, and that's really how it's going to be for the rest of our season. And so that's kind of how we go into practice with that mentality of we gotta fight to win if we really want to win these next few games.
It's interesting you bring up fight because, Knoxville goes down the 1 yard line. And defensively, you turn them away. They did get a field goal out of that. But talk about that defensive stand.
I had some confidence in our defense there. They got that. They were there. And I just knew, I had a feeling that we were gonna stop them there and hold them.
What was working against the run?
So they don't run up the middle too much. But, when they did, we have Evan Sorensen there, and we had Reed we had either Reed Woodward or Reed Flasick, and those three guys just clogged it up, made it real hard for them to run up the middle.
So what are your goals this week in practice?
I need to work on my moves because against Knoxville, they were not the greatest. I wasn't getting off the blocks too much. And then offensively, I need to just, keep blocking, get my guys, get movement. That's what I need to focus on.
When you look at Creston, you watch film on Monday, what impresses you the most?
I'd say their quarterback does. I mean, last year we played Brennan Hayes and them, and we knew that he's a good running back, and we held him to less than 75 last year, and I was a part of that defense for a little bit. They're both having really good seasons, and I'm confident in our defense. You know, hopefully we can stop him, but Kel Turner's he's not going to look to pass like Clark's quarterback or Knoxville's quarterback. If he's going to scramble, he's going to run, and, you know, our DNs, Cone and I, need to really work on keeping him inside and, you know, just getting him down if he scrambles.
Well, you talk about DN, and that's been, what, now the 4th week? We played a 4-man front. Working pretty well, isn't it?
I'd say so. I mean, we went in with the that 3 front, and I was confident in it, and then it just seemed like it just wasn't working. So moved me up, and then everything switched out a linebacker or two, and everything just kind of started flowing. It just feels good.
Very good. Hey, Xavier, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Caden Krall joining us, offensive lineman for the Trojans. Boy, it's good to talk to you for the first time this season, Caden. And tell us about your role here as a starting lineman.
I'm the starting right guard, right next to Reed. We put a lot of effort in. We push each other. He's my right-hand man pretty much. And I got Donnie to my left. He's my left-hand man. But we just bring our energy. We get our jobs done. And if we see something that someone did wrong, we give our opinion. We just push each other to be the best we can.
You guys are the most important men on the field. I mean, that is, being a lineman, that's a big chore. And talk about last Friday night, you got the run game going pretty well.
Yeah, we did. Our counter play where me and Reed would pull, I'd kick out and he'd lead up the hole. We got really good movement on that. Same with 28 toss. Sometimes it'd be me who pull or it'd him, just depending on where their front was. But either way, even with just our little adjustments we made, we were able to get things moving really well.
With Gavin and Xavier talked a lot about Creston's offense. Let's talk about their defense. So what you're going to be going up against, what are you going to be going up against here?
Well, we were watching some film today. They're obviously a very good team, but if we practice hard and we mean it and we support each other and we show up to play Friday, I think we can do it.
What type of formation are they in?
There was a little bit of 3 front. There was also some 4 front. They're shifty. They don't stick to one thing. They read our offense, and that's what they're going to do Friday. They're going to put multiple fronts in front of us and see how we adjust.
So zone blocking then, or what's the blocking scheme then?
Well, it just depends. Their nose guard, 99, he's a big kid. So I think we're going to go 2-2-2. We're going to try and keep 2 guys on each of their fronts. But their linebackers flow really well. They're very good downhill players. And I think if we practice against that, we can do it. We can split a block and go.
Caden, talk about your individual goals as a lineman here this week.
My individual goals, not only to get better myself, but I want to push the guys around me. I don't personally just want to get better by myself. I want our whole line to get better.
Hey, good to talk to you, Caden. Hey, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Caden Krall joining us alongside Xavier Darrow and Gavin McLaren, a sophomore here on the Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Myron Gross Realty. We'll be back with more pregame. We're going to talk to the coaches, Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer and Creston head coach Brian Morrison here on 95.7 FM. And we're live video streaming tonight on WesternIowaToday.com.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Whether you are tailgating or hosting a football watch party, the most important thing is the food. Atlantic Locker has everything you need to score big at your next get-together. All beef hot dogs, skinless brats, burgers, pork burgers, and pepper rounds. For a little extra indulgence, brisket, pork butts, steaks, and baby back ribs. Or for something a little easier and just as delicious, deli meats and cheeses. If you're going to go big at your next tailgate or football party, get to Atlantic Locker, just off of 2nd Street in Atlantic.
Kegman, Joe Brummer, Trojans 1-0 in district play and coming off a big win over Knoxville a week ago. Talk about the momentum and the confidence that gives your kids here going into week number 6, believe it or not.
We got to continue doing good things. Practice has got to be better. We're playing a very good opponent, very good team this week that, we got to make sure that mentally we're prepared. Physically, we're getting healthy, and guys are in the right spot. And it's kind of the war of attrition at this point in district play. Week 6, sometimes it's not necessarily who's the better team. It's who's the healthier team come 7 o'clock on Friday night.
Coach, you had a chance to watch film and digest the game on Friday. What were some of the things you're most impressed with?
We have a saying that's never as good as you feel, it's never as bad as you feel, with some positives, some negatives, but overall it was a very good film. We did a really good job, talking to the kids. We kind of break it down with positive, negative plays. We call it our Coach Mac-isms, that we break it down into, who can control the ball rushing, who's gaining more yards there, the turnover battle, and then the penalty battle. There's some smart penalties out there, believe it or not, that, we always teach them that, pass interference on the goal line is only half the distance. It's better than giving up 6 points rather than half the distance. Goal might be 3 yards. That paid off big dividends on Friday that we talked about a little bit, that there was a play on the goal line that kid beat kind of Kennick Drew on a slant and hit him a little early. It's kind of perspective there, but half the distance to the goal is better than 7 points. They had him missing a field goal that drive. So we talked about those penalties. We had some not so bright ones that we had some issues or problems with, but no turnovers was big. That's kind of our Coach Mac-isms that we break down, that we won 2 out of those 3, so you win the game.
You mentioned Creston here, and a game you won a year ago. Back at your place this year. They're off to a great start, obviously. Your thoughts on the Panthers?
Yeah, just looking forward. It's new teams, new years. It was great to win last year, but that's not always the case. We can't just rest on morals and all what we did last year. It's what we're doing moving forward. And, they're rated, depending on what the poll, what you look at, is 1 or 2. In the entire state, they beat really good teams, Winterset, Carroll, Harlan, Lewis Central, like really good teams out there. So they're going to be battle tested. They're ready to go. They don't play a lot of guys both ways. It's going to be a tough physical matchup that we need to make sure that we're ready to go. And stop what they want to do. They definitely want to get the ball at 45 with Hayes there, and then they want to give forward back there is Cale Turner plenty of time. So we got to make sure defensively that we're keeping our eyes on those guys, knowing where they're at all times, and making sure that they're covered. Offensively, we got to be able to run the ball. They got a really stout physical defense that we got to keep, positive on the sticks, getting 4 or 5 yards a pop. We really don't want to get behind on our play calling with our sticks, and then we go from there we need to be able to just kind of stay in tune with it.
Pressure on the quarterback. How mobile is Turner, if you would get pressure on him? How mobile is this guy?
Very. Very. He was their leading wide receiver last year that they moved to quarterback this year. He's a great shortstop. Got a cannon for an arm. Super athletic back there, very poised. I think he's at 15 touchdowns with no picks. So he understands the offense. He knows what he's doing. He knows his reads. That hopefully we can kind of get to him and fluster him a little bit to make some early decisions or problems. But, that's what everybody's probably been trying to do. It's a matter of being able to do it. So, no, he's an athlete back there. If it's with his legs, with his arms, he's the total package.
Coach, last week allowing just 17 yards on the ground. You got to be impressed with what that defense did too.
Yeah, no, the kids played really well. They executed the assignments. We were playing a lot more downhill than what we have done in the past. The kids execute the game plan. We made good tackles in space. Gave up quite a few, well, not quite a few, but more passing yards than we really wanted. But, those were some deep shot plays that they did. It's got to bring it every week. Creston's going to be a different animal when it comes to running the ball, that if we can hold them under 100, it's going to be a very good day for us, but that's not easily done.
Last year held Hayes under 100 yards. I believe around 75 is what he had a year ago. As far as preparing for the Panthers here tonight, how many different formations Do they run really hard to prepare for? Or?
Very. No, it's all up tempo. It's all spread. There's a lot of different formations, a lot of different looks. They're trying to run a lot of similar plays terminology, but it looks different when you line up because they're trying to get their mismatches. They're trying to get you to line up a certain way depending on how they want to execute. It's a lot of the way up tempo offenses work. It's just one of those things we got to be able to communicate, know our jobs, and execute our jobs.
Coach, in a nutshell, what's it going to take tonight?
We got to be able to contain their offense. You can't really stop the offense. Got to be able to contain it and limit it the best that we can, and we got to be able to run the ball.
Very good, Coach Remember. Thank you very much. Best of luck tonight.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks, Tom.
You bet. We'll be back with a visit with Creston head coach Brian Morrison. That's coming up next. This is the Atlantic Locker Show on KSI 95.7 FM, and you can watch it on our live stream at WesternIowaToday.com.
At Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, they pride themselves on...
Whether you are tailgating or hosting a football watch party, the most important thing is the food. Atlantic Locker has everything you need to score big at your next get-together. All beef hot dogs, skinless brats, burgers, pork burgers, and pepper rounds. For a little extra indulgence, brisket, pork butts, steaks, and baby back ribs. Or for something a little easier and just as delicious, deli meats and cheeses. If you're going to go big at your next tailgate or football party, get to Atlantic Locker, just off of 2nd Street in Atlantic.
Game show here at 95.7 FM and live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com. And we're joined by Creston head coach Brian Morrison, the Panthers unblemished in the driver's seat in a Class 3A District 6 with the win over Harlan last Friday night. Coach, I want to touch on that. First of all, that was a big game between two of the highly ranked teams in Class 3A, and your team comes away with the victory 25-22. Really off to a tremendous start this season. Talk about that win and what gave the Panthers the edge here in that contest.
Yeah, it was a good one. We knew, all summer and preseason that, our schedule the first 5 games was, really tough. The first 4 games. Getting ready for district play, and that was the case. I thought our kids grew every week, and kind of capped off last week, homecoming, Harlan coming into town, and very competitive football game, hard-hitting football game, going back and forth for 4 quarters, and found a way to win it at the end. So I know our kids are excited. We always tell them they're guaranteed 9 games, and right now we're over halfway through the season, so it's winding down before we know it. Week 9 will be here, so we have short weeks left as far as preparing kids and getting ready for teams. So just trying to savor every day.
Let's talk about, first of all, I know we talk a lot about the guys that are making the plays out of the edges and carrying the ball, but what about the guys up front for you, both offense and defensive lines? Those guys have been doing a tremendous job. Let's give them some kudos here. What can you say about these guys?
Yeah, we're trying to platoon as much as we can this year, and that was a big question mark up front because that's typically the tougher positions to fill one-way players on and be competitive. And I know, last year we lost, coming into this year, we lost 7 starters on defense. We had to replace 2 out of 3 in our front. And, we started freshmen and 2 seniors. 1 senior's all-district player returner, and the other one is a senior that was a JV kid for us last year. So, and then offensively, we have a sophomore, but, quite a bit of seniors up front that have played a lot of football games in the past 3 years for us. So, we're seeing benefits from that, the experience part of it. But, yeah, those 2 things make us go, offense and defensively, those positions.
Cale Turner, now we go to your skilled guys, has a tremendous year, completing about 65% of his passes, over 1,320 yards, 1,328 to be exact, and 15 touchdowns. And I think one thing that really strikes out, me anyway, and well for anybody, would be no interceptions. Through this part of the season, and no picks. What can you say about him?
Yeah, we knew he was going to be a good one. Athletically, he is one of the better ones we've had since I've been here. He's a smart kid, makes good decisions, and he has tremendous athletic ability. I mean, he started for us as a safety as a sophomore, was an all-district player, junior, started for us at safety, and then put a tremendous amount of time in the last, I think, 6 weeks at wide receiver, and stepped in, had a great summer, and really did the prep work to have a good season this year, and it's definitely you're seeing dividends.
Brennan Hayes, of course, everybody talks about Brennan, and he's not only running the ball well, but he's also receiving the ball as well, over 500 yards, almost, 650 rushing, averaging 7 yards a carry. What makes this guy so successful here?
Yeah, he's one of those kids. I mean, obviously he's gifted athletically, but he puts a tremendous amount of time in the weight room, in the off season, and he's a year-round worker in that place. And he tested out really well for us at the end of the summer. I mean, he was 4'5", 340, pound for pound, probably the strongest kid we've had since I've been here anyway. And so just a leader by example. Doesn't really say much, but he just tremendous work ethic. And teams, they know what we want to do. I mean, obviously we won't run the football, but when you load the box and don't give us that opportunity because you outman us at that point, then we have to, make decisions and start throwing the football. And with Kale part of it and Brennan out of the backfield, which is tough to cover, it's been good for us. It's been a good outlet for our offense. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, what does Hayes not do? He's kicked a field goal this year of 30 yards as well. The guy, like you said, he's a really good athlete. Let's talk about this week, Atlantic. They got a win over Knoxville last week, and what do you see here, Coach?
Yeah, it's one of those deals where Brummer took over.
Yes.
We see a lot of similarities as far as what they want to do to Harlan. I know he's from Harlan, and offensively there's a lot of similarities as far as how they want to attack you, and defensively the same. So, last year they were a good football team, had a lot of seniors on that group and on that roster, and they that was a really good Week 9 game for us. They got us at the end, and so our kids, I'm sure, will remember that. And so they have a lot to play for. Obviously, it's a district game and a lot on the line, especially playing away. So, I'm expecting to have a great week this week with our kids. I expect no drop-off as far as attitude and effort and practice, and hope to go to Atlantic and have a good one.
It's interesting you bring up, and that's what everybody says around the Atlantic area is, I'm sure Creston remembers a year ago, and that was a slobber knocker. As you mentioned, Atlanta did come away with that win a year ago. And so, yeah, here's round number 2 from those 2 games. Anything else you want to add, some keys that maybe aren't quite so obvious here for your team Friday night and moving forward here?
Yeah, I just think that, obviously, penalty-wise, we got to clean that up. Playing behind the sticks, we can't afford to do that. Give the other team situations where it's down in distance, we're not in good shape. So, I mean, that's the plan this week. And then defensively, just make sure we clean stuff up based off what Atlantic does and how we're going to prepare for them, and just continue to improve on special teams. We have to. You can't take a week off, because if you do, with our district and the teams we're playing, you get beat. So just improve in all facets and see what happens Friday.
According to Radio Iowa a week ago, 3 teams in District 6 ranked the top 10, Creston, Harlan, and Nevada. You're right about the tough schedule there. Coach, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, and congrats on a great start to the season. Best of luck to you guys tonight.
Yep, thanks for the coverage, Tom.
We will be back with Perry Fief's Keys of the Game, brought to you by the I Associates with offices in Atlantic and Carroll, right after this.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Whether you are tailgating or hosting a football watch party, the most important thing is the food. Atlantic Locker has everything you need to score big at your next get-together. All beef hot dogs, skinless brats, burgers, pork burgers, and pepper rounds. For a little extra indulgence, brisket, pork butts, steaks, and baby back ribs. Or for something a little easier and just as delicious, deli meats and cheeses. If you're going to go big at your next tailgate or football party, get to Atlantic Locker, just off of 2nd Street in Atlantic.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergens, my associates. It's true, during a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
18 minutes away from the opening kickoff. The freshman game ran late, and so the varsity game starting just a little bit later than normal here tonight, but not too far off. About
not too bad.
15 minutes as we get to Perry's keys of the game. They're brought to you by the Eye Associates with offices in Atlantic and Audubon, and always far above your expectations. What a great atmosphere here tonight. A big crowd on hand and music going on, and the temperature now is still 91 degrees on my computer. We'll double check that here.
Well, that's because it's inside this press box.
Well, maybe that could be. We'll get the outside temperature in a moment. And speaking of music, I know you love that music, and Guns N' Roses especially, don't you?
Group. That dude sounds like a cat getting run over. I do not like Guns N' Roses at all. They should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, whatever. It's just, no, not a good group.
Sounds like a cat getting run over, huh?
Yes, it's
a little screeching going on there.
A lot of screeching. You can't understand the words because he's screeching too much.
Let's talk about your keys, Perry, brought to you by Eye Associates. We appreciate Dr. Gergen and the gang for bringing you the keys of the game every Friday night. What are they?
All right, well, this first one, and I wrote it down before I listened to the coaches, so I'm not piggybacking off anybody, but talking to you and seeing the stats and hearing everything, and this quarterback is something.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah.
So they have got to get pressure on this quarterback. They have got to keep him contained. It sounds like he's the real deal. So heads on a swivel. Watch where he's just, you got to get some pressure on that quarterback. My second one is the DBs, defensive backs, and the linebackers. They're going to have to be on their toes tonight. I mean, it sounds like Creston's got a lot of weapons. That Creston kind of knows what's going on. These guys are going to have to pay attention really hard and just, we have some great open field tackles, things like that. And my third one is, and we said it earlier, and we noticed it last week, mistake-free football is good football. So I'm talking penalties, I'm talking turnovers, enthusiasm. They better have that again tonight because the coach said it. They didn't forget about last year's football game. So Creston's, coming for revenge, and Atlantic's just got to play fundamental, not perfect, but decent football and kind of make it mistake-free because Atlantic did really good that first half.
Yes, they did.
Last week, there was hardly any penalties, and of course we had no turnovers like Fergie said earlier. So if they can keep that in their heads, then we can see what happens because, it's just Creston. It's not a great team.
Yeah.
They're number one. Everybody can get beat.
Fergie, let's go down to you and piggyback on Perry Fief's keys of the game.
Well, it's going to come down to two things: blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
And that's every football game. It's going to start in the trenches and it's going to finish in the trenches. And if we can block, we can stay with them. And if we can tackle, we can stay with them. And if we don't, or if they don't, guess what? Somebody's going to get a sizable lead. And, I know Atlantic's wearing them white pants after Labor Day.
It's the sweat, dude. It's the
So I don't care, sweat or not. You know, Miss Manners says you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, Perry.
Well, I'm in trouble.
But, you know, it is what it is, and I imagine that we'll get through this.
All right, Fergie, thank you for that. We're going to get to the starting lineups. They're brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, local employees, and local decisions. See, since the beginning, they're the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank. The starters coming up.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergens, my associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
John here from Atlantic IV. I just wanted to thank Atlantic and the surrounding communities for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. You can be sure that we are working hard looking for deals to save you money on your groceries and at the pump. Thanks again from all of us here at your Atlantic IV for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs, and we'll see you soon.
First Whitney Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Whitney Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
In our community has been how we've done business for over 5 generations, and that's why we're the only bank you will ever need. First Whitney Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to pregame show on 95.7 FM and Cody Weaver live streaming this broadcast tonight. You can watch it on WesternIowaToday.com. Just go to the website. You'll see it, KS957, and click on it and watch the show here tonight. Starting lineups brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank. Local employees and local decisions. See the beginning. Since the beginning, the only bank you'll ever need. Let's take a look here. We'll start off with the Creston defense. The linebackers, Austin Evans, a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Will Bollinger, a 5'8", 175 senior. Lucas Travis, 5'11", 180 junior. And Milo Staver, 5'9", 175 and a senior. And the defensive backs, Dylan Kelvin, 6', 165 and a senior. Dylan Starlin, 6'1", 125 senior. And McCoy Haynes at 5'10", 155-pound senior. Also Seth Gordon back there, just a sophomore at 5'9", 140. Now your defensive lineman, Max Chapman, 6'4", 260. He'll be a D-end. The other D-end is Jackson Kerr at 6', 205. And the nose tackle, Tom Mickelson at 6', 210. And he is just a freshman. I'm going to double check that, Perry Fief. And, yep, that's correct. He's just a freshman.
Right, okay. I'm just saying. I saw these guys in warm-up, and Fergie's on the field, and them putting down these weights, they are way bigger what they are saying. There's no way that dude is 6'4", 260. He's like 6'4", like 290. I mean, they got some big boys.
So you're saying White's not slimming?
No, White is not slimming. Right. I'm just saying, the coaches lie about weights and heights all the time.
Let's take a look at the offense for the Panthers. Cale Turner, the quarterback, at 6'2", 165 pounds. And Cale has had quite a season. He's thrown for 1,328 yards, averaging 17.7 yards a pass, and 15 touchdowns. No picks for Turner so far this year. Brennan Hayes is an all-purpose back. He leads the team in rushing and receiving. Hayes this season has 651 yards rushing and another 508 yards pass receiving. He's the real deal. He is 6'1", 195 and a senior. The wideouts, Brandon Riley's 5'8", 150 senior. The wide receiver, Tyler Riley's 5'4", 125 and a junior. Also at wideout, Kaysen Dryden, 5'8", 130 junior. And the tight end is Josh Schaefer, 6', 170 and a junior. On the O-line, here we go. Tucker Roehrig, 6', 225 and a senior. Gunnar Martwick, 6', 220 sophomore. Quentin Fuller, 6'3", 230 senior. Jagger Luther, 5'9", 205 senior. And Braden Schoon at 6'3", 200-pound junior. For Atlantic on the defensive side, the linebackers, Tyson O'Brien, 5'11", 195 and a junior. Colton Becker, 6', 215 senior. Nick Bennett, 5'8", 175 and a senior. Colton Rasmussen, 6'3", 195 and a senior. Shelton Malya, 6'3", 180 sophomore. And Kenny Jewell at a safety, 5'9", 150 junior. Nolan Waters, 5'9", 170 senior. And at D-tackle, Reed Flasick, 6'5", 300-pound junior. Evan Sorensen at 5'11", 245 and a junior. And the D-ends, Cohen Bruce, 6', 205 senior. And Gavin McLaren, 6'2", 225-pound sophomore. He's having quite a year. Gavin leading the team in rushing so far this season.
Fullback.
And a fullback. Offensively for Atlantic, the quarterback is Aiden Parker. He's had a good year. He's completing about 55% of his throws for 547 yards, 8 touchdowns, 9 picks. Dante Hetherington at a running back at 5'11", 205 and a senior. McLaren, that fullback going both ways tonight, 6'2", 225 sophomore. And the receivers, Colton Rasmussen, 6'3", 195 and a senior. Kenny Jewell, 5'9", 150 junior. And Brock Goodrich will start for Xavier Darrow at the tight end, 6'1", 190 sophomore. The centers, Donovan Hetherington, 5'9", 185 and a sophomore. And the guards, Colton Becker, 6', 215 senior. Caden Crawl, 6', 175 and a junior. And your tackles, Cohen Bruce, 6', 205-pound senior. And Reed Woodward is 6'3", 255-pound junior for Atlantic. The ASI opening kickoff is coming up. Don't miss the sound of the opening kickoff. It's the audiologist Doug Leonard of ASI.
So you're having trouble hearing. Well, let me ask you, when was your last hearing test? Maybe back in grade school? You know, hearing loss is usually gradual. Maybe you miss a word or two in conversation, or maybe you struggle when talking on the phone. Sometimes you miss out while with your favorite people. You can get ahead of hearing loss. And if you're 50 or over, even if you're not having issues, it's a good time to have an evaluation. Get a baseline of where your hearing stands. Call today to hear more. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
First Winnie Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact open positions near you. Contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Welcome back to the pregame show on 95.7 FM. Our national anthem is coming up. We already have the ASI opening kickoff out of the way, and national anthem coming up here, and that is brought to you by Stein Seed. As Stein has yield, contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. The Panthers in their all-white uniforms with black numbers and red trim out of the field, waiting for Atlantic to come out of the locker room after getting their pregame instructions here, and still waiting for them to arrive. And we'll have our national anthem coming up here in a moment. Again, brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Here come the Trojans making their way down the walk on the north end. Creston had a U.S. flag and a Creston High School banner. Atlantic will also don their own flag here as well. And here come the Trojans. Here we go. Getting closer here tonight. And they'll break the banner. And the Atlantic Trojans black jerseys, white numbers, gold trim, black helmets with the A on the side, on the right side of that hat. And they're carrying the American flag, and this is Gavin McLaren, the sophomore fullback that adorns the U.S. flag here tonight. A week from tonight, Perry comes to town, and former Vice President Mike Pence will be in the stadium. In fact, he's going to help with the opening coin flip here, Perry Fief.
Are they? Yeah, well, I guess we're going to be a lot of security here that night.
There we go, the Trojan fight song, and getting ready for this one tonight. I'll tell you what, Trojans are going to have a tall task against an unblemished Creston football team, and watching them in warm-ups, very impressive watching their linemen.
I didn't want to say this, but you haven't seen it for a long time, but all of a sudden out of the blue, Creston's got like about 5 guys that are wearing neck rolls. And one of them's a linebacker, so if a linebacker's wearing a neck roll, you know he's going to hit.
Okay, we're going to have the national anthem. We'll keep it right here for that. Again, it's brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative.
Gentlemen, we ask that you kindly remove your caps as we now honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Trojan Guard under the direction of Mr. Jared O'Donnell.
Very well done to Creston. Fans have traveled well. They fill these stands on that east side. The opening kickoff brought to you by ASI is coming up. ASI, don't miss the sound of the opening kickoffs. The audiologist Doug Leonard of ASI. We're back right after this.
Are you ready?
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
When it comes to getting you the best coverage for the best price, we work with 15 different insurance carriers. Why so many? Because one size does not fit all, nor does one carrier fit every need. As your agent, we will work to find you the best coverage for the best price and inform you of other options available as well. For home, auto, farm, crop, business, life, or health, we want to be your agent. From coverage through claims, choose Armor Insurance in Atlantic, Griswold, Council Bluffs. Give us a call at 712-243-1951. We're here to protect you.
So you're having trouble hearing. Well, let me ask you, when was your last hearing test? Maybe back in grade school? You know, hearing loss is usually gradual. Maybe you miss a word or two in conversation, or maybe you struggle when talking on the phone. Sometimes you miss out while with your favorite people. You can get ahead of hearing loss. And if you're 50 or over, even if you're not having issues, it's a good time to have an evaluation. Get a baseline of where your hearing stands. Call today to hear more. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
Off and move right to left. Creston left to right. The ASI opening kickoff is just moments away here in Atlantic. Perry Fief, and your last thoughts before we kick this one off.
I don't know. It feels like I'm playing. I don't know why I'm nervous. I want Atlantic to do well tonight. Yes, they're the #1 team in some polls, like you said, and if they can at least hang with them, that's great. If they're an upset, that's wonderful. Just play smart, play smart football. They know they can do it.
Briley and Walter deep for the Panthers. They stand back their own 10-yard line. 86 degrees our temperature here at the kickoff. And the Trojans, the home team tonight, will kick it away from their own 40-yard line. Hayden Thompson will do the chores for Atlantic. He wears number 14. He'll tee it up right between the hash marks on the big X there as you see on the field. Our live video streamed on WesternIowaToday.com with Mr. Cody Weaver. Walter on the far side wearing number 7. And Brandon Briley on the near side, number 83. They stand on the 10-yard line, and Thompson getting set to go. Folks, we're ready to go. Atlantic and Creston, both teams 1-0 in district play. Panthers beat Hardin last week in Atlantic, top Knoxville. Thompson has his signal, and he's going to step into it. It's a high, short kick, and it's going to come down about the 20-yard line. Walter picks it up at the 12, 20, and he's tripped up. And a great special teams play by the Trojans right out of the gate.
Nice open field tackle.
Great job by the Trojans on that special teams.
Yeah, 26, whatever that is. He did great open field tackle.
Tackle made by Hunter Nelson. Nelson's had a lot of tackles on special teams, Perry. So here we go. Creston first down and 10. Briley wide right. Cale Turner. And the snap, now they're going to shift. Hayes in the backfield. They're going to go Wildcat. Wildcat, empty backfield with Hayes. He'll take the snap, and they load the right side. He's going to go across the 20, and he's gang tackled at the 22-yard line. A gain of a couple of yards. That's it. Good pursuit by the Trojans.
Actually, Tommy, he didn't get any yards. I think he lost a yard, maybe.
Tackle by O'Brien.
Well, nope, it didn't. He didn't gain.
No,
anything.
you're right, Perry. Thank you. No gain.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Tyson O'Brien made the stop for the Trojans, so they come out in an unconventional set. Now Turner back in the gun. Empty backfield. The snap on a 2nd and 10. It's a screen. It's caught at the 25, 30, 35, and he's brought down at about the 36-yard line. Dryden on the reception for the Panthers, and they get a brown shoe hit first down. After no gain, they pick up a good gain to the 36-yard line.
But it was a good open field tackle by Atlantic.
Weston Trapp is in there at slot. Briley wide left. Empty backfield for Cale Turner. Now he's going to motion and bring Hayes to the backfield. The snap, play action, fires, caught by Briley, and he's spun down to the 46-yard line. Close to a first down, if not a first down. Another gain of 10. Turner to Briley, and they're going to get a brown shoe fit first down, the 46-yard line of the Panthers.
I tell you what, that quarterback gets rid of that ball quick. I mean, he don't wait long.
So a connection again. This one, Turner with 1,328 yards, takes the snap, fires, caught by Hayes. Midfield run, he gets to the 46 of Atlantic. A pickup of 9. 2nd down and 1. Creston starting out quick on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, they look pretty proficient.
10:28 to go first quarter. We're just underway on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Empty backfield. Turner will now bring Trapp into motion. He gets the pitch, and he gets a first down across the 40, 35-yard line. Another big gain of 9, and it's going to bring up a first down and 10 for the Panthers at the Trojan 35 with 10:10 to go in the first quarter.
You got to give the Creston's offensive line some credit. I mean, they're holding their blocks, and they're making some holes.
No huddle offense for the Panthers. The ball on the 36 of Atlantic at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. No score, but Creston driving. Turner, the snap, handoff to Hayes, follows a block and gets to the 30 and rumbles forward to the 28-yard line. 8 more yards on the play. They're getting chunks against the Trojan defense. It's 2nd down and 2.
That offensive line, they are moving the ball for them.
Again, no huddle. And Turner will line up wide left. They're going to go to Trapp in the Wildcat. Another strange formation for the Panthers. So Trapp will be taking the snap in the Wildcat set on his 2nd and 2. Schaefer will line up left side of the tight end, and the snap is high, and Hayes has to pounce on it. Evan Sorensen was there to make sure nobody got up, and a big loss of 8 on the play back to the 42-yard line of Atlantic. Good break for the Trojans.
Good break for the Trojans. I mean, the center gets that ball back there quick, too. It's not just lofting. It's zinging back to them guys.
He has a loss of 9, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Panthers at the Atlantic 30-70-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the first, no score. Turner back in the shotgun. Hayes slot right. Briley wide right. Snap. Turner has all kinds of time, launches one deep, and it is caught by Briley inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. What a catch by Briley, the leading receiver for the Panthers. Well, I thought the Trojans might have had him hung up. It was pretty good coverage.
It was real good coverage. He just somehow slipped by at the very. This field goal's pretty good kicker, isn't he? Oh, we jumped. Oh, they'll probably go for 2 now.
Getting out of the wind and into a cab is a must. Stop in today and take home a Coyote tractor with a cab and heat for as low as $29.9. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Creston getting that 70-yard touchdown pass and the score.
We jumped, so now they're going to go for 2.
The ball we placed at the 1.5-yard line. Trap in motion, play action. Turner wants to throw, fires in the end zone, incomplete. A big miss by the Panthers, 6-0.
I didn't even know if he could throw. I mean, that's a good defensive play.
Well, the Trojans able to come up with a positive finish at the end. Let's go down to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Hey, it was a good finish to that. Creston looking pretty good in the air tonight, guys. Trojans are doing a pretty good job on the ground, but Creston knows that's probably the strength of the defense, so they're picking on the air, and we're going to have to tighten up there a little bit.
7:47 left to go here in this first quarter of play, and the Panthers strike first. A nice drive by Creston. That big pass play to Briley, that was the difference in the drive. So the kickoff coming up. Dryden with the catch for Creston. They went for 2 after Atlantic jump, which ended up being a positive thing for the Trojans. And the kickoff coming up. 6-0. Haynes will kick it away for the Panthers. Kennick Jewell, one man deep for the Trojans. Here's the kickoff, a high end over end. Caught at the 10-yard line. Kennick Jewell, the 15, gets to the 25 and spun down there. A nice return by the Trojans. Kennick Jewell, 1st and 10 at their own 31. Now you got to move the football.
Okay, didn't you say one of the coaches from Adele came to Creston?
Yes, Coach Garrison, yeah.
Okay, now you remember what Adele did? Every time they'd always go and sit in front of a couple TVs and the offense would see what they did. If you can look over there, that's what Creston is doing. They got 2 TVs along the sideline.
7:41 to go here in this first quarter of play. Rasmussen wide left. Under center, Parker. Handoff to Dante Hedrington. He's drugged down. He might have got a yard. Is all the 26.
Ball carrier stop by Chapman.
Chapman, that big defensive tackle, number 99, made the stop. No gain, 2nd and 10.
260. I don't believe that.
I'm going to check out that TV, make sure they're not watching like SpongeBob.
I was going to say, I swear I've seen that over there.
Parker returns to the huddle, 7:17 to go. Here in this first quarter of play, Panthers up 6-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. High backfield behind Zayden Parker. Here's the snap. He'll pitch back to Dante Hedrington. Cuts back inside across the 25 and gets up to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 1 is all. 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans.
Our fullback threw a pretty good block on, it looked like,
3rd and 9.
I don't know, 10 or somebody, but they're doing a little John already. So this is a pretty tense game.
6:39 to go in the first quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard. 3rd down and 9 for Atlantic at their own 27-yard line. The ball on the far hash mark. Parker will line up in the shotgun this time with McLaren flanked to his left. 3 receivers left for the Trojans. From their own 27, a snap back to Parker. He's going to throw, fires, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by the Panthers. And this is Austin Evans to the 25, 24-yard line. Becker brought him down at a big break for the Panthers. That one thrown right to the linebacker, Austin Evans. 1st down and 10, Creston in Trojan territory.
I don't know if you saw it, but it looked like, well, the receiver cut the outside and the pass got thrown to the inside. I think the route maybe ran wrong, or the quarterback thought the route was, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little misconception on the route that's supposed to be run. I noticed because I'm right here on the sideline, listening to somebody getting told he ran the wrong route.
6:10 left, first quarter, and Creston up 6-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Cale Turner, empty backfield, trap in motion, takes a snap, he throws, caught by Trap, wide open, 20-15, down to the 10, and he's tripped up at the 70-yard line by Nolan Waters. And now they're down inside the 10 at the Trojans 70-yard line. Now the Browns shoot fit first down in that Armor Insurance red zone. And a first down and goal with 6:03 to go in the first quarter.
He was wide open. I don't know if it had a breakdown in the defense, but he was wide open.
Yeah, he come across from across field on that wheel route there, Perry, and nobody saw him coming.
First and goal at the 7. Turner out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to his tailback, who gets to the 5. He's spun down by Evan Sorensen. That was Brennan Hayes on the carry, pickup of a couple. Second and goal for the Trojan 5. 5:46 to play first quarter on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And it's 6-0 Panthers with the lead. Trojans went and turned it over in their opening possession. A committee of receivers comes in. Briley, Dryden, and Riley all check in as receivers. Hayes in the backfield to the right side of Turner. On a second and goal from the 5-yard line. Hayes back in motion, right empty backfield. Turner's going to throw it away. He's back to throw. Here comes the rush screen, and is incomplete. Good job of the Trojan defense. Tyson O'Brien was there to break it up.
That was a good job by the defense.
Clock stops. 5:13 to go here in this first quarter. Panthers leading 6-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Third down and goal for Creston at the Trojan 5. So Turner looks to the sideline to get the play. And they're going to have Austin Evans bring it in. I believe that's Evans or Calvin. Evans is kind of limp it in and check that. It's not Evans.
33?
Yeah, that's going to be Kaysen Reek in the game. Kaysen Reek. Third and go up the 5. Snap to Turner. Rolls left. Nobody's open. Stops, fires, and it is intercepted by Atlantic. Intercepted by Kenny Jewell. How about that, Perry?
His first interception to have it at Atlantic. All right. Good job, Trojans.
He had one against Clark in the first game of the season.
Oh, I thought you said 0 interceptions.
No, he's Kenny Jewell.
I'm talking to quarterback.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Yeah,
Jewell's second pick of the season, and there's the first pick for quarterback Cale Turner. How about that break for the Trojans, Fergie?
Hey, it is a break, and now you got momentum, so let's do something with this. And I'm thinking Pirate right down, the big old eye just bulldog that thing.
5:06 to go. Atlantic with the interception, as Perry mentioned, the first for Cale Turner this season at 15 touchdowns, 16 now, and 1 interception. High backfield. Here's big fullback McLaren. He pushes forward up to about the 24-yard line. A gain of a long 3. It'll be second down and 6 to go right up the gut, Perry.
Right up the gut. And that's telling me that they're kind of starting to trust the offensive line. If you can get 4 yards right up the middle, that's pretty good.
4:45 to go in the first quarter. Panthers up 6-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Parker will check in with the play. Audubon leading Glenn Ralston 16-0 in that first quarter. Here comes Atlantic. Down by 6. High backfield. McLaren pounds his way across the 25, the 26 for a gain of a couple of more. It's going to be third down and 4 for the Trojans. Third down and 3, Perry. Third and 3.
I wonder how bruised his arms are at the end of every game. I mean, the dude gets pummeled from every side, and he still bulldozes down, gets 2-3 yards on his own, dragging guys, so he's bruised every Saturday morning.
Gavin does our Sunday morning news every other week, so I'll check his arms out on Sunday morning. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. 6-0 Panthers. Atlantic with the ball on a third down and 3 from their own 27 to Parker. Hand off to Hedrington, puts his head down, and he's going to be well short of the first down. He got a yard to the 28. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 2 in a punting situation for Colton Rasmussen. Well, the pick by Kenny Jewell is second of the season, and the first interception by Cale Turner this year. Turner 16 touchdown passes and 1 pick now. Nolan Waters will check in. He'll be a gunner on that right side. And Rasmussen will stand back at his own 17-yard line and punt it away. Nobody deep for Creston. Atlantic faked that punt a week ago, and I don't believe they're going to do it here. Here's a snap, a good one, and the punt is away. A high wobbler, not a deep punt, but it's going to take a Trojan bounce to the 40, down to 35, and it's going to be rested at the 36-yard line. Panthers first down and 10 there with 3 minutes left to go here in this first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard.
33-yard
So
by Rasmussen.
I know
take over on their own.
they're trying to run the ball,
36-yard line.
and I get it. So, we got to just see who's going to be tougher, the offensive line of Atlantic or the defensive line of Creston.
Panthers come out of the first down and 10. They've run a number of different sets. They've run on the Wildcat. Empty backfield most of the time. Hayes will line up at the running back spot with 2 receivers right and 1 left. Riley wide right. Here's the snap to Turner. Hand off to Hayes. Big hole, 40, 45, 50. He's on the way down the 40 of Atlantic. 30, 25, 20. He's going to break away. And Hayes is gone on a 65-yard touchdown run with 2:50 to go.
Wow.
Right off tackle, and Hayes with speed.
Yeah. I mean, he just took off. Ran through a couple tackles, and holy moly.
Brennan Hayes with the touchdown for the Panthers.
Right up the middle.
2:50 to go in the first quarter. And the extra point will be a 2-point conversion for Creston. Hayes, he outran everybody into the end zone. Cale Turner will line up in the shotgun. Riley will be wide right. Dryden tight left. In motion, Dryden. Turner to throw, fires, and it is incomplete. And a 12-0 game. Creston with the lead. We'll take a timeout. We'll back in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Let's go on the sidelines, and Kevin Ferguson. Trojans trying to get that running game going, and Creston pretty tough here.
They are, and that's what the film told them. They're going to try to make, the Trojans are going to make hay on the ground if they can, and they're close. They're just a couple yards on that drive that but you got to get that first down, especially when you get 4 or 5 on that first down. I mean, the next 2 are pretty critical.
Hayes will kick it off for Creston. Atlantic with Jewell deep. And Waters, 2:50 left first quarter. There's the kickoff. Jewell will take it to the 10-yard line. 15 has some room. 20. It cuts inside 25 and tripped up at the 26. Nice return by Kenny Jewell again. Now Atlantic with their 3rd possession and first down at 10 with 2:44 to go first quarter.
I mean, the whole goal is we've got to get a first down on this possession right here. And you got to keep Creston's offense off the field. So we got to start moving the ball some.
Parker will join the huddle. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Panthers up 12-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Wide right is Goodrich. Wide left to Colton Rasmussen. And the snap back, and the give is to the fullback, McLaren, and he gets a couple of yards, maybe 1 to the 26. Second down and 9. So we'll see here. 2nd and 8 to the gain of a couple of yards. Thanks, Cody. 2:27 to play here in this first quarter. McLaren usually gets those positive yards, and maybe a yard after these hit.
He gets sometimes hit in the backfield, but he can get a yard.
Clock running, 2:14 to go in the first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Creston up 12-0. Rasmussen wide right. It'd be nice to get the ball in his hands. Eye backfield behind Parker under center. He'll pitch back to the tailback O'Brien. Gets a block. 30, 32, 33-yard line. A gain of 5. Nice running by O'Brien. He got some good blocking. Henderson and Goodrich had some blocks in front of him.
Good blocking there. And that was a really good play right there.
Yeah, and that brings up a 3rd down and 3 for Atlantic at their own 33-yard line. Parker will join the huddle. The ball near hash mark for the Trojans. Down 12-0. 1:39 to go first quarter. Rasmussen flank left. They've got Hedrington at fullback now and O'Brien at tailback. Hedrington, the call, puts his head down to the 35. He's about a yard short of a first down. It'll be 4th and 1. So I don't know if Gavin McLaren is shaken up.
No, I think.
Tackled by Lucas.
I don't know. I swear I thought he was out there playing tight end, but maybe not.
And he could be. They might have switched him to that tight end spot. Sorensen comes in. Now Atlantic will have to punt it away on a 4th and 1. The ball to 35 of the Trojans.
Isn't that him right? Yeah, there he is. He's out there. They moved him to tight end a couple plays.
So McLaren is in there. They just switched up and Hedrington playing
use him
fullback.
for blocking.
54 seconds left, first quarter. The snap and the punt. It's a high wobbler, short punt. Hits at the 37 of Creston, and Tyson O'Brien will watch it roll to the 34-yard line. That's where the Panthers take over, first down and 10 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Creston scored on every time they've touched the ball, right? Because this is now their third possession.
They have. They had the long run by Hayes.
Yeah.
And the interception that ended up into a touchdown. Evans with the interception. So here comes the Panthers on a first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Kale turn to the quarterback. Riley in motion, handoff to Hayes. He gets across the 35 to the 36. A gain of 3, second down and 7. Besides that big 65-yard run, Atlantic has been pretty tough against the run.
On the run.
So the ball at the 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Creston up 12-0 on the St. Croix School Board. They have the football on their own 36, second and 8. Back into motion, near side is Hayes. He'll stand in the backfield. Turner hands off to Hayes. Big hole across the 40, 45, 46, and a first down, a gain of 10 as the clock stops to move the chains with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hayes again, right up the gut. He had a huge hole.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, could have bear crawled through that bad boy.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Creston 12, Atlantic nothing. We'll be back in a minute with more high school football from Atlantic on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
The Super Bowl in Atlantic is a staple of Cass County get-togethers. From family reunions, birthday parties, night out with friends, and a fun date night, the Super Bowl has always been here. With Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays, bumpers and ramps for kids, anyone can have a blast at the Super Bowl. Get the ball rolling on your next night out and get-together. Call Dan at 243-4656 to book the Super Bowl in Atlantic.
Hey, welcome back to Atlantic as the Panthers lead the Trojans 12-0 on the St. Croix School Board. Dryden on a 70-yard reception from Turner, and Hayes on a 65-yard run. Panthers first and 10 for their own 46. Turner the snap. He wants to throw. Fires. Caught by Trapp. Spins off a tackle. 50-45. Has the first down 40. Down the far sideline. Tripped up by Kennick Jewell at the 35, and he lands at the 34. Big gain in the play there. 20-yard gain on that play.
I was going to say, I noticed that the receivers, once a receiver catches the ball, then all of a sudden Creston's receivers are going and blocking pretty well downfield.
Weston Trapp on the catch. First down and 10. A Brown Ship at first down for the Panthers. Snap back to Turner. Rolling left. Pecker on the run. There's the pass. Incomplete to Dylan Calvin. Calvin, the intended target for the Panthers. Second down and 10. Calvin, a 6', 165-pound senior, wide receiver and defensive back, as he's going both ways here. This start of the second quarter, second and 10. Early second, 12-0 Panthers on the St. Croix School Board.
Creston don't huddle up, man. They just go, go, go.
Up tempo offense for the Panthers. Ball at the 34 of Atlantic. Snap to Turner. Weston Trapp takes the pitch across the 35, and he's tripped up at the 29-yard line.
Trap the ball carrier.
Tackle made on the far sideline by Malya. Malya made the stop. Nice gain of the play. The ball at the 34-yard line of the Trojans. Third down and a long 4. 11-11 to play. First half. Panthers up 12-0, driving again. Turner out of the shotgun set. In Weston Trapp is wing left and trips to the right. Illegal procedure against Creston. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. They'll take it back to the 34-yard line.
All right, they make mistakes. That's good.
12-0. Creston with the lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. We thank the Seed Pros for sponsoring our scoreboard each and every night. And John Becker's mother, Jane, again with the treats tonight. Jane, thank you so much.
Holy moly.
3rd down and 10. An empty backfield for Turner. The snap back to the senior. Pump fake and trouble. He's thrown down by Sorensen back at the 45. A loss of 11, and Sorensen just ripped him down, and Panthers are going to have to punt.
I mean,
whoa.
That was, I don't know, that is a good tackle. I just saying, he ripped him down. You're absolutely right on that one.
Oh, Sorensen is so strong, Fergie. How about that?
That was like a clothesline with no line. I mean, it was just, I was like, doggone, boy. That looked like it could have been a little excessive, but it really wasn't. There wasn't a thing wrong with it.
No,
it was pretty impressive.
I think
the quarterback is sitting there going, where did that dude come from?
Here's the quick kick. And it's by Turner. It's a high end over end. Lands at the 10, 5. It may go to the end zone. It does. A touchback for the Trojans. They got a break as that punted it netted just 25 yards.
Wow, that was close.
Atlantic 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And we're getting our engineer back in the studios, Michael Sheriff. Dozer. He's got Dozer there for Sorensen. We love your contributions, Michael Sheriff. 9:58 to go first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard, so we'll mark that as a Dozer.
Yeah, there's the Dozer play right there.
Jared Hansen wide right for Atlantic. Rasmussen left. 1st and 10 Trojans at the 20. Under center. Long count. Parker takes it, gives it. Tailback Hedrington puts 2 hands around that football and gets a yard. And that's about it.
There's about there's like 5 or 6 white jerseys. He knew he was going to get hit, so he protected the pumpkin.
Travis, the linebacker, made the stop for the Panthers. 2nd down and 9. 9:40 to go. First half. Seed Pros scoreboard, 12-0 Panthers. Parker will check in with the play. 19 seconds of the play clock for Atlantic to have the ball at their own 21-yard line. And they'll bring Tristan Hayes wide to the right side, Rasmussen wide left. McLaren back at fullback in the up back of the eye. Pass, it is caught by Hayes. It's interference. They're going to call interference.
Yeah, it was right in front of the ref, or the official.
Calvin was there on the defense, and they could call him for interference, as well as Austin Evans was there as well.
Hey, man, we finally got 1st down.
Yeah, there you go. So the 1st down for the Trojans on the pass interference, a close call.
Yep, well, yeah.
But he got there just before the ball. It was a good call by the official. They'll mark it up to the 36, and the Trojans get their first down of the game on a brown shoe fit 1st down. 9:13 to go here in this first half, down 12-0. Checking in, Zayden Parker. Trojans break huddle. Hayes wide right, Rasmussen wide left. High backfield, McLaren the up back, and Dante Hedrington the tailback. Parker straight drop. Here comes the pressure. He's in trouble. Hit it. Drop back at the 26. Oh, man. Bollinger led the charge. Staver was there as well for Creston.
There's like 3 or 4.
The ball back at the 28 where they're going to mark the football, Perry.
Yeah. You know, I got to give the quarterback a lot of credit. I mean, he got hit by 3 dudes, and he held on to the ball, so good for him. But you got to admit, all football players are in shape, but when your quarterback has to run the sideline every play to get the play, he's in shape.
You know, with press boxes dark, so it's kind of hard to see the numbers. Kind of reminds you of last Sunday when the power went out in town for some reason.
A couple Sundays ago.
Yeah, what happened? Tree rat, didn't you say that?
It was a tree rat.
Where were you at?
I was stuck in my electrical recliner, fully folded out, and I actually had to call the guy. I said, hurry up, get to the problem, because I'm stuck in my chair and I can't get out. So, yeah, it was a tree rat. Made an arrestor blow
You
up.
couldn't get out of your electrical
Couldn't
chair.
get out of my electrical chair.
You need a generator. Timeout is called to the field. We'll take it with them. Back in 30, 95.7 FM, a live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantecker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
Welcome back, Atlantic on a 2nd and 18. Back of their own 27. Hey, Parker takes out the shotgun, fires over the middle, and it is batted away. Nice job by Kerr for Creston.
But the play was there. I mean, there was.
He was wide open.
He was wide open. He had some blocking, but it just didn't quite. Creston's defensive linemen, you know, they're jumping up, trying to swat the ball, and they did it.
3rd down and 18 for Atlantic, back of their own 27. 12-0 Panthers on top of the Seed Pro scoreboard. 8:18 to go in the first half. Trips to the right. Hayes, Goodrich, and Hansen. Rasmussen wide left. Henry to the lone setback. Snap back to Parker. He's going to throw the football. Now he can't find anybody. He's going to run it across the 25, and it gets to the 27-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage, and back to the punt formation for Atlantic at a 4th and 18.
You got to give Creston's DB some credit. They had everybody covered, well covered.
Weston Trapp and Brandon Briley deep for the Panthers, back of their own 30. And Rasmus with a punt from his own 16-yard line with 7:50 to play here in this first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard. We'll see what Rasmus is going to do here with this one against the breeze. And that was he muffed the punt, and it rolls out of bounds. Trojans are going to get a poor spot here. The ball inside the 40. They're going to arc at the 40-yard line. If you look to the east, if that's not a harvest moon, I don't know what is.
I bet there's some guys out going right now.
Be safe out there, guys.
Yeah.
They got a breeze tonight. They're going to be able to run those beans for a while. And thanks for tuning in, and we are proud of our farmers. And the Panthers have it a first down and 10.
They're creating too much dust.
40-yard line of Atlantic. Turner, the quarterback, sends Weston Trapp in motion. Back to Turner. Looks to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught. Hayes at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Boy, Hayes hit over 500 yards receiving. And Turner thread the needle. And Hayes untouched into the end zone for a 40-yard reception.
I think he kind of snuck out of the backfield.
Oh, man.
Everybody was covering somebody, and he was just kind of left wide open.
Second touchdown pass by Turner. And Hayes' second touchdown of the game. Panthers up 18-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 7:25 to go. First half, and we have a timeout called. This one is by Coach Ryan Morrison. We'll take it with him back in 30 seconds.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield.
5-yarder, and now a 40-yard touchdown reception, and sandwiched. Dryden had a 70-yard catch early in the first quarter. Panthers up 18-0. Want to shout out to Hall of Fame head coach Gaylord Schelling over in eastern Iowa visiting his son, and he does have cheese curds for you.
Does he ever come home? I mean, he was in Wisconsin, and now he's in eastern Iowa. I mean, the dude's got his house for sale or what?
He's living the life, I'll tell you.
Yes, he is.
He's got a great family, him and Bev, and he's out east. Panthers going for 2. And Turner trap right up the middle. He's going to get it. And Whitty, up there it is, the signal. And it's 20-0. Creston with the lead. We're back with our kickoff in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM. Panthers up 20-0.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
Welcome back to Atlantic. The Panthers will kick it off after the third touchdown. 20-0. Creston with the lead. 7:25 to go in the first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Time to go down to the sidelines. And Kevin Ferguson, Kevin, what makes Hayes so wide open?
Well, he's doing a really good job of finding an open spot out there and just setting down that quarterback that has, real good vision and arm to deliver, and he just does. And, apparently we need to go tell that quarterback that, he needs to sit in Perry's electric chair.
Yeah.
I remember, Tom, this happening to me over lunch a few years ago.
Oh, really? That's why you were late.
Yeah, that one time. And only time. And I'm calling Perry, get the power on.
That was funny.
And he goes, too bad. I'm coming over to take a picture.
Panthers have it teed up at the 40-yard line after their third touchdown. It's 20-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Seed Pros are by your side to maximize yields. Forward go. Contact John Becker, Mark Venttiger, Gary Dinkler, Nick Knudsen. 7:25 to go in the half. And Hayes will kick it off again for the 40. There's the kick. A high short kick. And it's going to return to the 10-yard line, 15-20. This is Waters, hit hard at the 20. And that was Bollinger streaking downfield for the Panthers to make the solo stop.
Yep, and you see what's on his shoulder pads?
No.
Neck roll.
Oh, there you go. What is that thing with the neck roll? You talked about it earlier.
That just means that if you're wearing a neck roll, you hit hard. you know, to screw your neck up, but you're going to hit hard.
The ball at the 22 of Atlantic, a first down and 10. A Brown should fit first down. Rasmussen wide left. Brock Goodrich tight end right. Under center, Parker pitch back to O'Brien, follows the wedge, gets the corner, 25-yard line. He picked up some positive yards. Got some blocks on the near side. Dylan Calvin, the linebacker, pursuing.
There was 10 out of 11 white jerseys pursuing that guy.
Dylan Stahlin, the defensive back, was also there spelling that one out as well. A gain of 1, second down and 9 for the Trojans. Football at their own 23-yard line. 6:50 to play, first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard. The Panthers up 20-0. High backfield again. O'Brien the tailback and Hedrick back up at fullback. And his snap goes back, handoff to O'Brien, has a hole across the 30, gets to the 35, 36, 37-yard line. A gain of 14 yards and a first down and 10. Austin Evans made the stop amongst others for the Panthers. How about that? A Brown shoot fit first down, Perry.
That's good. We did it on our own. But he was running hard, and there was a nice hole he went through. So the lineman created a pretty good hole there.
Kevin Ferguson, your thoughts on the sideline?
Absolutely. Not only was it created, he hit it at full speed and took it upfield. And sometimes I think we go left, right too much.
First and 10, Atlantic at their own 37-yard line. Back into motion, Goodrich to the left. High backfield behind Parker. Pitch back to O'Brien again. He's got a full head of steam, and he gets to the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. Second down and about 70 yards to go for the Trojans. Again, good pursuit by the Creston team.
Yeah, the Creston swarms, but, I mean, we got three yards. It's better than going backwards.
Second down and 7, Atlantic on their own 40-yard line. 5:40 to go in the first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Rasmussen wide right.
And you notice they moved our fullback back to like a blocking tight end.
So he's on the left side, Perry. That's McLaren.
Yep.
Under center, Parker from the Trojan 40. Brock Goodrich back in motion near side. And the snap, play action. Parker throws, and it is, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Brock Goodrich, but the play was by Dylan Calvin, who came in front of him and deflected the ball just enough.
Oh, yeah, that could have been an interception.
It obscured his vision enough that Brock couldn't haul it in. Hanson and Hayes check in for Atlantic on a 3rd down and 7 from the Trojan 40-yard line with 5:19 to play. Here in this first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard, clock stop after the misfire. Ball for Hayes. They'll send Hanson and Goodrich and Hayes wide right, Rasmussen wide left. In the backfield now is McLaren. Shotgun formation. Parker takes the snap, sets up, fires far side, caught for a first down across the 45 to about the 47-yard line to Rasmussen.
Finally, we got him. That's a good deal. He kind of just sat too. I mean, he got to first down, and it was there when he turned around, basically.
Atlantic with a brown shift at first down, driving at their own 48. 5 minutes left, first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard, down 20-0. Zayden Park will check into the line of scrimmage here, and the ball, the Trojan 48. Getting decent field position on the drive. 3 receivers right. Snap back to the quarterback. Zayden Parker, lots of time, steps up, and he'll launch one deep, and it is almost caught by Hayes. He had to make a great catch. Austin Evans, the defender for Creston, 2nd down and 10.
But I do want to point something out. We're getting a little bit of protection for the quarterback because he had some time to throw the ball. It wasn't just he had to just chuck it. He had some time to look for his receiver.
Good pass pro. 2nd down and 10. Atlantic, 4:41 to go in the first half. Creston leading 20-0. Zayden Parker will join the huddle with the play. 16 on the play clock. Now down to 10 seconds on the play clock. They've got to hurry up here. They'll line up on the far hash mark from their own 48, 2nd down and 10. 4 seconds of the shot clock. Parker takes the snap, rolls right, rolls, and he's going to stop, and now he's going to keep it. He gets to the 48, then he threw it. He was still behind the line of scrimmage when he unloaded the ball. And intended for Hayes. Dylan Calvin helps him up. Good pressure by the linebackers, Bollinger and Austin Evans. They're active in the linebacker spot.
They're very active. I mean, got to give Creston credit, man. Their defense is pretty solid.
Clock stops with 4:30 to play in the first half. 20-0 Panthers on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Hayes with a 65-yard run, a 40-yard pass reception. The other score was Dryden on a 70-yard reception early. Rasmussen left. They'll send 2 receivers right. Shotgun for Parker. 3rd and 10 to the 48. He pitches to McLaren across the 50, and he's buried at the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Short of a first down, a pickup of 4. And a Creston player shaking up. On the far side, that's Bollinger. Well, I tell you, when you hit McLaren, you hit a ton of bricks there. It's like trying to tackle a building.
He did a really hard somersault.
Timeout call by the Panthers. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds at 95.7 FM and our live stream at WesternIowaToday.com.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
And retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
Nobody deep for the Panthers as Rasmussen punts it away inside the 30, down the 20-yard line. And that ball's going to roll to the 15 and down to the 14. He gets a nice
roll, but I think someone got a little bit of a hand on it, but I'm not for sure.
Tyson O'Brien down on special teams. Evan Sorensen, good to see him back in the lineup. He was shaken up on that 2-point conversion. 3:51 left in the half. Panthers up 20-0. A pretty important defensive stand here for the Trojans.
Yeah, most definitely.
They'll line up with Turner, the quarterback. Now 2 backs in the backfield. We've seen a number of different formations. And the handoff to Hayes. He's hit in the backfield for a loss of a yard. Flasick was there to make the stop for Atlantic, along with Tyson O'Brien, who's had a good first half.
Yes, he has. You know that dude's in shape.
2nd down and 11 for Creston. 3.5 to go, first half. The ball thrown 18. Handoff goes wide as Hayes, and he's cut down at about the 19-yard line. He picked up 1 is all. He tried to get the left edge. And a good pursuit by the Trojans. Nolan Waters, Evan Sorensen, the tackle. He was given chase.
He actually got about 6 yards, because now it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Check that. Cohen Bruce also did a good job on the defensive end. But again, Perry mentioned 5-yard gain. 3rd and 5 from the 20 of the Panthers. Turner out of the gun and a big 3rd down play. Since Hayes in motion, empty backfield, Turner to pass. A screen, and is incomplete. Intended for Briley, the leading receiver for Creston at the 20.
We had a lot of pressure on that quarterback.
So 4th down and 5 for Creston from their own 20. With 2:48 to go here in this first half of play. And we'll see. I don't think Creston's going to punt. They're going to go for it. Up 20-0. Why not, I guess? Turner, the quarterback, at a 4th and 5 from his own 20-yard line. I don't know why they're sending a deep guy here. It could be a quick kick, but we're going to let that play clock run down. 5 of 4.
That's so mean to your offensive lineman, making them squat like that for that long and then call a timeout. That is just wrong.
Panthers call time. 2:48 to play first half. 20-0. Creston back in 30.
When it comes to getting you the best coverage for the best price, we work with 15 different insurance carriers. Why so many? Because one size does not fit all, nor does one carrier fit every need. As your agent, we will work to find you the best coverage for the best price and inform you of other options available as well. For home, auto, farm, crop, business, life, or health, we want to be your agent. From coverage through claims, choose Armor Insurance in Atlantic, Griswold, Council Bluffs. Give us a call at 712-243-1951. We're here to protect you.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We'll go on the sidelines, and Kevin Ferguson here in a moment. It looks like a timeout called here, Fergie, and now they're going to punt the football.
Yeah, just eating some time off that clock, I guess. But I'm with Perry. Sitting down that long with the big guys, it's hard. A good way to get movement.
2:48 left. Snap is high, brought down. Punt almost blocked by McLaren, and he ran into the punter, but that's not going to be a
the umpire told him, get up.
Yeah, he did.
Ain't nothing. Dude, you're not that good an actor.
McLaren looked like he ran into him.
He did, but I mean, it was no. That was funny to see the officials or the umpire throw a thumb up.
Well, good defense by Atlantic.
Yeah.
Going to get the ball back here, down 20-0 with 2:38 to play in the first half. The State Pros School Board.
You know, if they could score, get 3 points, something on the board before half, that should kind of help them out. I mean, they can get back in this game, no problem.
Ball at the 45-yard line of Creston. First down and 10. Atlantic with the eye backfield. Now Hedrick back up at a fullback, the 205-pound senior. McLaren is playing that tight end, as you mentioned, Perry Fief. There's the pitch back to O'Brien, and he's going to have, he fumbled the ball and picked up by Starlin of Creston. He got the pitch just a little too hard to O'Brien. Caught him by surprise, and the Panthers get the ball back on the turnover at the Trojan 44-yard line, it appears. We'll see where they mark it. Yeah, 43-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers.
I don't know if the running back was looking for the hole before he got the ball. Don't know if the ball was pitched too hard. You just don't know.
So here we go. Tough break for the Trojans and a good break for the Panthers, up 20-0. First down and 10 at the 43 of Atlantic. Double tight empty backfield. They're going to send a lot of receivers deep. Turner back to pass. It's going to be a screen. He launches. It's caught by Weston Trapp at the 35-30. Has a first down. He cut down to 25 of Atlantic. Waters was there. And Kennick Jewell, the defensive backs for Atlantic, but a big gain from the 43 all the way down to the 25-yard line.
This quarterback is good.
18-yard gain on that screen pass. First down and 10. 2:17 to go in the half. Yeah, Cale Turner, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
1,300 yards passing on the season. He's back at the 30, the shotgun. The ball snapped from the 25. Hand off to Hayes. Big hole. Gets across the 20. Down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And that Armor Insurance red zone to make sure your protection never breaks down. Call Armor Insurance at 712-243-1951. Brown shoot at first down. Second down in a pair. 2nd and 2. The ball at the 17 of Atlantic. Boy, the Trojans could have got out of that thing. They're down 20-0. Now the Panthers threatening. Play action. Turner to throw another screen, and it is caught. But right there is Colton Becker to make the stop.
And we've lost some yardage on that. Good job.
Sure did. The catch was made by Hayes again, but he lost yardage back to the 20-yard line. 1:18 and counting to go. 3rd down and 5 for Creston. Out of the game comes Riley. Turner in the shotgun. Hayes to his left. 3 receivers left. Snap back to Turner. Fires caught by Hayes. 20, 15, 10, and brought down to the 9 by Jaron Hansen. Colton Becker was there, and Nolan Waters. And deeper in that Armor Insurance red zone, the 9 of Atlantic with 53 seconds on the clock in the first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard. 20-0 Panthers with the lead, and they're knocking on the door here again at the Trojan 9 with 45 seconds to go in the half. Empty backfield for Turner. 3 receivers right side. Schaefer, one of them. Snap to Turner, rolls right, looks to throw, fires, and it is incomplete.
Oh, can we go to Fergie?
Yeah.
Did you see what Becker did?
Yes, sir.
That was the most amazing block. That lineman's feet, they were going for that moon.
We about had a Panther on the moon right there.
Oh, my God. And that kid had to weigh about 300 pounds. He walloped.
So Becker with the play there. The pass incomplete in the end zone. Clock stops. 29 seconds on the clock of the first half. 20-0 Panthers. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. And now we've got a timeout Atlantic. We'll keep it right here as the Panthers up 20-0. Atlantic hoping to get out of here down by 20. And then the fumble by the Trojans. That's the 2nd turnover for Atlantic in the first half. Panthers scored on a 70-yard pass from Turner to Dryden with 7:47 to play in the first quarter. Then Hayes got loose late first quarter and a 65-yard run. Both extra points were missed. It was 12-0 Panthers at that time. And then Hayes had a 40-yard pass reception from Cale Turner. And that put Creston up 18-0. Weston Trapp able to get the 2-point conversion across. And that's where we stand here, 20-0 here as we are getting close to halftime. Timeout call by the Trojans, rightfully so here. They had a timeout or two. 29 seconds, trying to make some defensive adjustments here. Our halftime show brought to you by Aiken Building Center. Andy Neiman will be our halftime guest, who is named one of 10 Iowa Hospital Heroes. We'll talk all about that at halftime. Turner in the shotgun. Hayes in motion. Empty backfield from the 9. Snap to Turner. Here comes a rush. Screen pass caught. Riley, touchdown. Just a wide receiver screen over the middle, and Briley skirts in from 9 yards out. Brandon Briley with the score.
I mean, the quarterback threw it for from the 20. He just pedals and pedals backwards until he finds somebody, and then he just wings it.
3rd touchdown pass for Turner here in the ball game. He has 18 touchdown passes of the year, now 1 pick, and that was here in Atlantic. Panthers going for 2, up 26-0. Snap. Play action. Here's the throw, and it is incomplete. Panthers have missed 3 extra points, and they lead 26-0 with 23 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll go to the sidelines of Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Yeah, the Panthers really taking advantage of that aggressive blitzing scheme that Trojan defense have been doing the last couple of weeks. You can tell they've scouted to use its film real well because that little screenplay, doesn't matter if it's fullback, halfback, center screen, whatever you want to call it, and how they do it. Atlantic comes out aggressive and you just dump it over and it's there most of the time.
Well, the Panthers will kick it off again. Waters and Jewell deep for the Trojans. Haynes, the kicker for Creston. McCoy Haynes, 5'10", 155-pound, is senior. Panthers up 26-0. 3 touchdown passes and 1 long run by Brendan Hayes. Creston undefeated. They're ranked number 2 in Radio Iowa. Other polls ranked number 1. Williamsburg, who has been a 2A school now in 3A, is kind of wrecking the party for some 3A schools, so to speak.
Well, not fair they moved up.
Here we go. The kickoff by Haynes with 23 seconds on the clock. A good one. And it backs Nolan Waters up into the end zone, a touchback. Atlantic first and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 23 seconds to go in the half. So offensively, they've switched a few things up with Gavin McLaren going to a tight end, trying to help with some blocking, and Hedrington at the fullback spot. We'll see what they do here. Atlantic will be conservative, I'm sure. Down 26-0. And Andy Neiman, our halftime guest, our Aiken Building Center halftime show coming up. Ball at the Trojan 20. 23 ticks on the clock. Hedrington. Yeah, they're just going to take a knee here and let the clock run out. Parker under center takes the knee, and the first half will come to an end. Clock not there. It starts to crank up, and that'll be it here in the first half. Creston 26, Atlantic nothing. Our halftime show coming up, and it is brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, see the folks who do it best. Aiken Building Center, back right after this.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Automotive of Atlantic. They pride themselves on going the extra mile. How you ask? By providing unbeatable no-pressure service from knowledgeable salespeople. By taking that extra step to make sure you find the right vehicle for your needs. By truly providing a world-class experience right here at Atlantic. So stop by today and see how they can go the extra mile for you. Great Young Automotive of Atlantic, 100 East 2nd Street, or online at greatyoungatlantic.com.
Welcome back to halftime, brought to you by Aiken Building Center. And recapping the story in the first half, it was Creston scoring after the interception, and Dryden made the catch, a 70-yard touchdown catch. It was 6-0 after the extra point was missed. Cale Turner, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Brendan Hayes got loose on a 65-yard run with 2:50 to go in the first quarter. No good on the PAT, 12-0 Panthers. And then it was Hayes, Brendan Hayes, who has 2 touchdowns the first half. He had a 40-yard pass reception. 2-point conversion. Weston Trapp cleared the goal line, made it 20-0 Creston. And then with 23 seconds to go, Brandon Briley on a 20-yard screen pass over the middle. Extra point missed, 26-0 Panthers. And that was a turnover by Atlantic, Perry, that led to that, that score.
I mean, yeah, we didn't have any last week, and again, it wasn't the quarterback's fault for that interception. The receiver ran the route. There's one that interception, and then that fumble, which we don't know if it was pitched hard or you don't know. But Atlantic's, Creston's good. I hate to say it, they're good, but we kind of move the ball and then we don't. And we kind of move it and then we don't. So, we just got to see what happens. They got to make adjustments the second half.
Panthers up 26-0. A Trojan guard performing. We'll get to our interview with Andy Neiman, the athletic trainer, and he has a Master of Science degree and a lot of letters behind his name. We'll get to that. That means he's pretty smart.
You don't have to worry about that with me.
Kevin Ferguson, let's go to the sideline and get his take on the first half. Kevin?
Well, we talk before the game, as we always do, about the things, and the things are turnovers. And turnovers kind of are the difference in the game. Atlantic, 2 interceptions and a fumble? That's going to be against a team like a Creston. You just can't do that. And so what's it going to take to get back? You're going to have to get out there and get turnovers,
Yeah. We've gotten one, but, we're leading. We're giving more than we're taking.
A score from Harlan. It's 35-0 Cyclones leading Perry. That's the Trojans' opponent next week. Well, a halftime guest is Mr. Andy Neiman, the Master of Science degree and more. We'll talk more about that, and also the athletic trainer for Atlantic. What a great job he does for all sports. We're going to hear from Mr. Neiman right after this. Our halftime show brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, see the folks who do it best. Aiken Building Center.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
If you love fall, you're going to absolutely fall in love with the new fall arrivals at Brown Shoe Fit in downtown Atlantic. Stop in and see our selection of fall shoes and boots for fashion and work. Game ready, tailgate cool, and the coolest styles to hit the school. You'll find the greatest fall fashions at Brown Shoe Fit, a tradition of quality, fashion, and comfort at your Atlantic Brown Shoe Fit at 502 Chestnut Street.
Member FDIC.
Introducing these street.
At Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, they pride themselves on going the extra mile. How, you ask? By providing unbeatable no-pressure service from knowledgeable salespeople. By taking that extra step to make sure you find the right vehicle for your needs. By truly providing a world-class experience right here in Atlantic. So stop by today and see how they can go the extra mile for you. Greg Young Automotive of Atlantic, 100 East 2nd Street, or online at gregyoungatlantic.com.
Aiken Building Center, and we're joined by Andy Neiman, who is a Master of Science degree, LAT. Welcome back to our halftime show brought to you by Aiken Building Center, and we're joined by Andy Neiman, who is a Master of Science degree, LAT, ATC, athletic trainer, selected as one of the Iowa Hospital Association's Hospital Heroes for demonstrating exceptional commitment to care and service. He's one of 10 employees of Iowa hospitals to receive the 2023 recognition and will formally be recognized in October in Des Moines. And I know, Andy, 8 years you've been here in this community, and you do a ton for this community, not only for Cass Health, but you're athletic trainer for these young men. Here you are. I know you have a youngster as well, but we see you at all these little kids' practices and of course, on Sunday. And I want to go back and get some background. What inspired you to get into medicine?
Well, I've always had an interest in science and helping people, and obviously I was an athlete growing up as a young man, so finding my love for sports medicine was a good mix of all those different things of healthcare, taking care of people, helping people, and sports. So it was the perfect match.
So where'd you go to high school?
I graduated from West Bend Mallard High School, and played football there for Coach Goodchild. And then I went to UNI, where I did my undergraduate degree and studied athletic training. I was there for 4 years and worked with a whole bunch of different sports teams. Worked at Appleton Parkersburg High School, and got to be at Cedar Falls High School, and all kinds of different experiences there. And then after I graduated from UNI, I got my degree and my sat and passed my board exam. And then I went to Indiana State and worked there for 2 years. And after I finished up there, moved back to Iowa, and I worked in Mount Pleasant and worked for a hospital there and worked Division III athletics and did a little bit of coverage at the high school before I came here. So I've been all over the place, Tom.
Oh, it's fantastic. And talk about your role at Cass Health and with the athletics.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like a Swiss Army knife. I get to do lots of fun things. I love the variety. So my day usually starts in the morning. I'm at the hospital working with one of our surgeons, whether it's helping out in the operating room, assisting with different surgeries, or doing casts or braces, or helping get patients through the office and helping educate patients and starting and finishing visits, kind of whatever our surgeons need to help take good care of our patients. And then in the afternoons, I'm lucky enough I get to come out here and work with our wonderful coaching staff and our great athletes and student athletes here in Atlantic, and come out here and are doing evals and rehab and taking care of kids. I'm here for practices when I can be and covering games. And here this evening, I'm out here at Little Trojans football. I thought that when Coach Brummer was talking about that, I had to jump on that chance to be involved and help teach fundamentals. You know, he and I wanted to really institute this with our young kids from an early age, so they're learning what we expect of them when they get to high school, and we're not having to reteach things, and how to safely tackle, how to block properly, you know, and then he gets to teach them plays and basic fundamentals as well. So I think it's a great thing, and you know, hopefully the kids are enjoying it too.
That's what we're watching right now.
Yeah.
Tackle drill, and the tackle goes into the mat. Definitely safe there. Hang on a minute, because I want to talk about Mr. Neiman, nominated for a multitude of reasons, one of which his role as a protecting athletes during competition. During emergencies, often think of doctors, nurses, and paramedics answering the call and rushing in to help. Often overlooked, athletic trainers are right there on the front lines of protecting athletes on and off the field. What is the most satisfying thing of your job?
My favorite part is getting to watch athletes come back from an injury and get back to playing. You know, they put in a lot of hard work, and, you know, it takes a lot of dedication and patience sometimes to go through that adversity and get back to being able to play. So that's very satisfying to get a chance to help them through that.
You have to sometimes break the news that, you know, this isn't going to be the night.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, that's one of those skills you kind of learn over time, and it comes back to building the relationships with the kids and with the coaches. And, you know, we always want to have the best interests of the kids at heart. And when you build that strong relationship with the kids, you know, I tell them, I said, I don't want to have to tell you this, you know, but I think the best choice for you, and you know, and I obviously include their parents, is that, you know, I think it's safer for them. Maybe we need to sit it out for another game or another practice or whatever that situation might call for. But I think, like I said, it just comes back to building those relationships and building that trust.
Talk about a lot of things you do at Cass Health and with the athletes here at the all levels, all sports. What else? You're a husband and you're a father, and I saw you with your wife here a little bit. Probably hadn't seen you much here today, but talk about your family and talk about what you like to do outside of your profession.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm very blessed. I have a wonderful, beautiful family. My wife, Kat, I really lean on her. She's an amazing woman. She's really what allows me to do the things that I do, because she is just such a wonderful person. Couldn't do it without her. And then I have three kids, a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old daughter, and a 1-year-old daughter. So they keep us on our toes. And yeah, I mean, it's so nice. Like, I feel so comfortable. Like you said, my wife was here with the kids, and we got to have a little family time for 10-15 minutes while we're between things. And so, you know, you fit it in where you can, and that's just always been a big part of my life is sports. And that's one of my favorite things to do is anything outside, hiking, biking, hunting, fishing. Love, like I said, obviously sports as well. I don't get to play them quite like I did when I was younger anymore, but I'm still a big fan of sports.
Cass County Memorial Hospital, CCMH, the whole Cass Health system really is impressive. I mean, what's it like working in an institution like that?
Oh, yeah, it's a wonderful place to work. I feel very fortunate to be a part of the organization, you know, and that, you know, they allow me to use all my skills. It's just wonderful. I just feel very blessed to, like I said, be a part of that team. We just have such great people, you know, that we get. So it's great people. We get to provide great care. taking care of the people in our communities. And, we have people coming from outside of Cass County even. So it's, really just a blessing to be able to be a part of that.
Great facility, renovated, and it's a big-time hospital in a small community, but really more of a regional. So before I let you go, I got to go back to your professionalism here. How do you advise athletes to stay healthy, to stay, keep from injury? What are some of the things, preventative things you advise?
Right, yeah. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, I think is what they say. It just kind of comes back to collaborating with our coaches. We have a wonderful strength and conditioning program here. We're blessed to have the opportunity for our athletes and all of our students really to have strength and conditioning year round. I think that's one of the most important bases that you can have just for anybody who's physically active, is just learning how to move your body appropriately. So leaning on that and then collaborating with our coaches on those things. And then, it just depends on the sport. Some of it, the things that I help Coach Ferguson with our cross-country athletes, the demands of that sport. The things we do are probably a little bit different than what Coach Best and I are talking about, how he programs the strength and conditioning for our football kids. So some of it just kind of depends on the sport and the athlete and what their needs are.
Well, it's great talking to you. We could talk a long time here, and appreciate your time. Congratulations as one of the Iowa Hospital Association's Hospital Heroes. What does that mean to you before I let you go?
It was a very surprising honor. I was not expecting that at all when I found out. I feel very thankful. You don't get into this type of profession for awards, but I feel very blessed to have that bestowed upon me. So,
Mr. Andy Neiman, one of 10 employees of Iowa Hospitals to receive the 2023 recognition, and you'll be formally recognized in October in Des Moines. Congratulations. Thanks for your time here at Halftime.
Thanks, Tom.
Andy Neiman joining us here, athletic trainer and also Master of Science. He's got a lot of letters behind him, and the more letters, the more professional this guy is. He's a great asset to this community, and for taking the time with us here at Halftime, brought to you by Aiken Building Center. We're back with more right after this.
If you love fall, you're going to absolutely fall in love with the new fall arrivals at Brown Shoe Fit in downtown Atlantic. Stop in and see our selection of fall shoes and boots for fashion and work. Game ready, tailgate cool, and the coolest styles to hit the school. You'll find the greatest fall fashions at Brown Shoe Fit, a tradition of quality, fashion, and comfort at your Atlantic Brown Shoe Fit at 502 Chestnut Street.
Football is right here on KS 95.7 and live stream video at WesternIowaToday.com.
Welcome back to Halftime, brought to you by Aiken Building Center. And we have a lot of activity going on right now. We have the future Trojan cheerleaders, dancers, a lot of those little girls out there. Was
a lot.
And this is the little Trojan football program. And it is second and third, fourth and fifth. The second and third graders play flag only, Perry. You've been there and seen it.
There.
Absolutely. And then the fourth and fifth graders, they are playing with pads.
But it's still flag.
Still flag with shorts, shoulder pads, and a helmet. And then the sixth graders, they do travel. And shout out to Brad Pellet. He's out still running beans. Keep it going, Brad.
Good for him.
Good night for that with the wind blowing. Of course, the father of Caroline, who's at Simpson College and playing softball. And Claire's having a great season in cross country. And how about that, Connor? What a career he had at Atlantic High School, and now in the Marines, becoming a pilot. So look at all those kids down there. Lucas Mosier is one of the directors of this program. It's changed a lot, Perry, over the years. It used to be tackle third through sixth grade.
Yeah.
And look at all those youngsters out there. If you're watching, you can see them on our camera. And they've got their jerseys. Oh, they're going to name every one of them. They're going to get their name on the loudspeaker. Mr. Steve Anderson has got the whole list there, Perry.
Holy moly. I guess it's going to be another late night.
I'm trying to eyeball. I've got a couple of grandsons down there somewhere.
Yeah,
there's too many I can't think of.
I got Drew Stroud.
All right, there you go.
He's in the black.
Taking a look at the halftime.
There's the Harris kid.
Yeah, look at them step up, and that's kind of cool being recognized here tonight. 26-0, Creston with the lead over the Trojans on the Seed Pros scoreboard, and 3 touchdown passes for Cale Turner. He has 18 now in the year, but he had a pick. Kennick Jewell with his second interception of the season with that interception in the end zone. Trojans had the turnover that led to the score.
Fergie nailed it on the head. He said, we have had 2 turnovers that's turned into touchdowns for Creston. So there's 12 points. Take 12 points off the board. It's a closer game than what we expected. But
good point.
When we're turning the ball over, one thing I want to knock on wood, but there's no wood here. It's an aluminum box.
Is there anything wood here?
We haven't had that. I think has Atlantic had any penalties on them yet?
I don't believe so.
I think they've just been against. I don't think Atlantic's had any.
No, and they've played a clean first half.
Yeah.
And Panthers have had a pass interference and a couple of illegal procedure calls.
Right.
One for sure that we know of, Perry Fief. And again, they continue to honor those youngsters down there across the field. A lot of them playing that little league football. Atlantic will take on Perry next week right here at the Trojan Bowl. And we'll have pregame at 6, kickoff at 7. And Harlan is going to work against the Blue Jays up 35-0.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure they're, when was the last time they've lost 2 regular season games?
Yeah, they're 3-2 coming in.
Right.
Lewis Central, Creston, both very close losses. And but you can bet Harlan will be there at the end.
Yeah.
Try to get some scores for you as well here at halftime. We'll have a 3-minute warm-up, and Atlantic will receive the football. What do you expect to see in the second half?
Well, again, Fergie's on the field, and he's seen some things, and our aggressive defense going after the quarterback, and that dude he runs backwards until he sees an open receiver, and then he can throw it at will. So I don't know if they'll switch some things up on defense. And on offense, I mean, we got 2 first downs on one drive, which looked good. It's like, okay, we can move the ball, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
They're trying to get that running game going, and that's going to be a key, and we'll try to get some stats as well. The Panthers have been able to run. They've scored on big plays except the first touchdown. They've had a 60-yard run, 65-yard run, a 40-yard pass play, and a 20-yard pass play.
Right.
And so they've scored on big plays, and like you mentioned, they scored on a couple of turnovers against Atlantic here as we have about 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here. We'll go down the sidelines. And Kevin, what's going to be the key in the second half? Atlantic does get the football. Obviously, they got to control the line of scrimmage.
Run the ball.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to have to. You're going to have to reestablish that run game, because that's just going to help the pass game. I think right now Creston puts a lot of pressure on them D-backs on our receivers, and we're not getting clean routes and getting any separation. And so maybe that's because they're not worried about the pass as much, or the run as much. Excuse me. And that's what's going to have to happen is you get that run, you get that play action. That gives your receivers a little more time to make a break and get some separation so you can make good throws. Finding different routes, maybe. I don't know. But we know we can't turn the ball over, Tom.
Right. That's exactly right. And a warm night here as temperature got up over 90 degrees. And right now, as we look at the temp, here it's kickoff was about 85 degrees. It's 79 right now is the temperature here at this point. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Again, like Kevin said, Kevin, what do you think we need to do? Run the ball. And he's exactly right as always. And so,
as always?
As always.
I hope my wife's listening. Cindy?
I got your back, Cindy.
I'm always right.
I know my wife's listening. She's laughing at that one.
Us bachelors don't have to worry about that.
26-0 our halftime score here as we are close to starting the second half here. And I'll tell you what, Trojans, as Kevin mentioned, Perry, they can get some things done here.
I mean, we were getting some positive yards running it at some certain points. So I think Atlantic knows they can play with Creston. It's just you got to just put a little more effort into it.
Shout out to Richie Anderson watching back at his home here tonight. Didn't make it out here this evening, and he had to work all day, I think. And it's warm, Richie. Richie didn't like the hot weather, so he's back home here tonight. 79 degrees, our temperature here at 8:35. And the game got started just a little bit later than normal. The freshman game was just a great game. Atlantic wins it in a shootout. So here we go. The kickoff coming up. Here's some scores. Cam leading City 64-0. Audubon up 22-8. And Harlan beating Perry as Nick Vogt had a text this early from Harlan, a 35-0 there. So Haynes, McCoy Haynes, I love that name, McCoy, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
McCoy will kick it off. Jewel and Waters deep for Atlantic back on their own 5-yard line as we get started here in the second half of play. Haynes on the near hash mark will set it up. Some in the middle and some on the hash, and he's going to go on the hash mark. He had one touchback in his 4 kicks of the first half. Here we go. The second half is underway. There's a high end over end. Jewel will receive it at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20. And he's hit hard at the 23. Weston Tripp made the stop. He raced down the field to get the tackle. He's been active tonight on offense and now on special teams for Creston. So it's a first down at 10 Atlantic, their own 28-yard line.
Who's that 35? What's that guy?
At Bollinger, the linebacker. Yeah, he's tough too. The linebacker, Staver, Bollinger. Those guys have been active. Travis will see him now and again. The linebacker, and also Austin Evans, the 4th linebacker for the Panthers. First down and 10 for Atlantic at their own 23-yard line. Here we go. 8 seconds off the clock of the second half. Snap to Parker under center, and Hedrington bursts through across the 25 to about the 26-yard line for a gain of 3, almost a 4-yard gain, Perry.
Yeah.
Second down and 6
right up
for
the
Atlantic.
middle.
They went right up the middle, and you've got to run the ball, as Fergie said. The 27th, second down and 6 yards to go with a pickup of 4. 26-0 Panthers with the lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic will break huddle. Ball on the near hash mark. Rasmussen goes wide left. Double tight end set. The Trojans go to their power formation here. They're going to run the football with Hedrington up back. He takes the call and bangs forward the 28. Pick up of 8 on or a yard of the play, the 28-yard line. And that's going to bring up a third down. And about 5 yards to go for the Trojans.
I mean, it seems like there's a hole there for a second, but them linebackers, whatever, they fill it fast, Creston's linebackers.
3rd and 4, I correct myself here. The football at the 29 of Atlantic, 3rd down and 4. Big third down play here to start the second half. Rasmussen wide left and a double tight end set. Under center, Parker. Goodrich in motion left in lateral formation. Here's the handoff to Hedrington. Quick hitters across the 35. And gets a Brown shoe fit first down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 8 yards in the play. And the Trojans move the sticks.
Yeah, I guess usually it's our fullback that does that, but he's out blocking as a tight end, and that was a great call and good yardage and a nice hole, and good job by the offensive line.
First down at 10 Atlantic. A Brown shoe fit first down, thrown 70-yard line. They'll send Rasmussen wide right side. 10-11 to go in the third quarter. Creston up 26-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Here's a snap to Parker. Pitch back to Tyson O'Brien. Cuts inside, and he's tripped up nicely by the linebacker. Coming in is Austin Evans, who got his shoestring and brought him down. O'Brien able to dive forward for a gain of 1, second down and 9. They're going to mark the football right there at the 38-yard line.
This Creston's defense is fast. They swarm to the ball really quick.
They're athletic. They got that big defensive line with Chapman leading the charge at 260. Number 99. And
8'2",
you think he's bigger.
He's 260. I'm skinny.
He's a left tackle on that front line. Kerr and Mickelson, the other two up front guys. 2nd and 9, Atlantic at their own 38. Under center, Parker. He'll take the snap. Hand off to O'Brien. Full head of steam across the 40 to the 41. A gain of 3 more. 3rd down for the Trojans. 3rd down, about 6 yards to go with 9:12 to go here in this 3rd quarter. And boy, ball control and offense, it could be your best defense right now.
Yep.
Atlantic has a mountain to climb, down 26-0, but just trying to keep the ball moving ahead, keep that offense off the field. Creston has the luxury of having a 2-platoon system for the most part.
Yeah.
And that was a question mark for Coach Morrison, as he mentioned in the pregame show, is can we go 2-platoon? Do we have enough depth? And that has certainly been the case. Snap, handoff, and it's O'Brien fighting for yardage to the 44. A gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 4th down for Atlantic. So the ball at the 44 of the Trojans, 4th down and 3. And Rasmussen will punt it away again here for the Trojans. It's interesting, the Panthers sent no one deep. Atlantic had 2 fake punt tries a week ago. They failed on both of them, but they were great plays. And no one deep for Creston. 8:09 to play and counting in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Rasmussen. It's high. It brings it down and gets a kick away. And O'Brien is down there at the 23. He's going to watch it roll to 22. He made a good decision. He got an extra yard on that one. And Panthers take over 1st down at 10th, their own 22-yard line.
Let's just see if Coach Satoff, made any kind of adjustments at halftime. But, you know, he's always had an aggressive defense. I mean, that's just his style.
The deal has been big plays. They've had 3 big plays.
Yeah.
65-yard run. 40-yard pass. Here's a snap back to Turner and the handoff to Weston Tripp, and he gets to the 25 for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for Creston. Owen Bruce at one defensive end. McLaren at the other. Sorensen at tackle. And Flasic also at that tackle spot for Atlantic. I think it's Woodward now in there at that left tackle. Snap back to Turner. They'll get a handoff to Hayes, trying to get the left edge. He gets to the 30, and he's cut down by Kinnick Jewell with a nice solo tackle at 30-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up a 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers.
And it doesn't seem like they gained that much, but they do. I thought maybe only got a yard, but like you said, he got 5.
Fast-moving 3rd quarter. Panthers up 26-0 on the C-Pro scoreboard. 7:05 to play 3rd quarter. Panthers need 2, and I don't believe they're going to get it. They hand off to Hayes. He gets to the 31, and he's about a yard shy of a 1st down. Good gang tackling by the Trojans. Becker gets up from the bottom of the pile.
Oh, he's had a pretty good game tonight.
And he had a great game last week.
Yeah,
some 13 tackles.
He's a senior playing his heart out. He is a football player.
Plays linebacker and guard on offense. Panthers are going to go for it to the 4th and 1 at their own 31. Turner takes the snap, the handoff to Hayes around the left side. He gets the 1st down to 35, and he breaks a tackle, and he's spun down to 44. A pickup of 13 yards and a 1st down and 10. A Brown shoot at 1st down for the Panthers. They're going to give him his forward progress to the 45, a gain of 14.
What does that tell you? They really have trust in their offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Creston does.
And 4th and short to get 14 on the ground. 6:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Panthers up 26-0 on the C Pro scoreboard. 2 receivers right. Now the gun is Cale Turner. He'll take it. He'll give it. Nope, he's going to keep it. Play action. Fires one over the middle, and it is caught by Hayes at the 25, and he's brought down by his shoestrings at the 20-yard line. He might have got away with the push-off.
I'm going to say he definitely got away with the push-off.
Jewell made the stop. A touchdown-saving tackle, but Hayes able to get a little push there and made the catch.
A little push. It looked like he's pushing an offensive sled.
Hayes close to 600 yards receiving and well over 600 yards rushing. 1st and 10. Brown Shufit at first down, the 20 of Atlantic. Pitch to Tripp. He runs into his tackle, and he's brought down after a gain of 2 down the 18. 2nd out and 8 in the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 712-243-1951. Had a great visit with Lucas Mosier last night at the 7th grade football game. Coming to check things out. He had that group a year ago in the tackle league. Flasic will come in late, and a snap back to Turner. He's going to throw it. Back, a screen pass, and it is caught inside the 15 down the 14-yard line.
You see how far back he scrambles?
Yeah,
he goes back 15, 20 yards.
And I call the screen. That was not the case.
No, he just scrambles backwards until someone gets open and he can just sling it.
Jewell made the stop on the reception. 3rd and 4. Panthers at the Atlantic 14-yard line with 4:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Turner takes a snap again. Here comes the rush. Screen pass caught by Briley at the 10, 5, and he's spun down inside the 3 to the 2-yard line. A gain of 12 yards and good pressure by the Trojans.
I'll just say this. If that quarterback went down, Creston would not be this good.
Oh, boy, he's something.
He's something.
You were right. Football on the 1-yard line of Atlantic. Another Brown Shufit first down deep in the Armor Insurance red zone. Creston up 26-0 at 4:19 to go. Turn around the shotgun. He's going to give it, pass it, and it is caught to Schaefer. Touchdown for the Panthers. Schaefer just a little spot pass just across the goal line and a 1-yard pass play. The 4th touchdown throw by Cale Turner tonight. And that's his 19th touchdown pass of the season. And a 1-yarder to Schaefer. Josh Schaefer, the 6', 170-pound junior. And with 4:13 to go.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2.
Going for 2 again with a 32-0 lead. Now the Seed Pros scoreboard. Josh Schaefer getting his touchdown in here this evening. 2-point conversion. Turner out of the gun, gives it to Hayes. Hayes cuts inside the tackle, and he is short. The Panthers have made 1 PAT, and that was a 2-pointer. This one no good. Score remains 32-0. Creston will take a 30-second timeout. Back right after these.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Panthers up 32-0. They failed on the 2-point conversion. They've only made 1 out of their 5 touchdowns. And McCoy Haynes will tee it up on the far hash mark.
His legs gotta get tired on that.
He's kicking off for the 6th time tonight. Jewell is deep with Nolan Waters back on the 5. Here's the kickoff by Haynes. A line drive scooped up by Waters at the 20, and he spins off a tackle at 25, and then he is buried by white jerseys at the 25-yard line.
I mean, those guys are like heat-seeking missiles on that kickoff team. They just, holy cow.
Fergie, can you bounce off that heat-seeking missile?
Surface to surface, baby.
Nice one. Nice one, Ferg. 1st and 10, Atlantic at their own 26, just outside the 25. And Parker will check in for the Trojans with 4:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Creston with the lead, 32-0. They'll send Rasmussen wide right. He has 1 catch tonight. Here's a snap, hand off to Hedrington, and he's hit the line of scrimmage. He leans forward and drives forward for a yard. 2nd down and 9. There was a hole there for a moment.
For a second, like I said.
You know, the back has to get there quicker.
Well,
you got to give that line some help, you know.
It was there, but man, it was like.
It wasn't very long, I'll give you that. 2nd and 9 for the Trojans at their own 22-yard line. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard. Trojans huddle up. Black jerseys, white pants tonight. Rasmussen wide right. 2 receivers in the flank. That's Hayes and Jared Hansen. I'd like to see Hansen get the action here. Snap to Parker. Rolls right on the run. He's going to throw it, and it is caught by Hansen. How about that? We called him, and he got it. He had a big game last week against Knoxville.
It's the shoes.
He's got green shoes on.
Yeah, it's like lime.
Atlantic gets a first down and 10 to the 37-yard line. Hansen with his first catch of the night. Good throw by Parker, rolling to his right. He fired a missile.
On the run, that's a good job.
I like that heated missile. First and 10, a Brown shoe fit first down. The Trojans, their own 37-yard line, ball at the near hash mark. 3 receivers to the right side. Parker out of the gun, takes the snap, and likes to throw it again. Parker in trouble. He's got to get rid of it, and he does, but there's nobody there.
But he's out of the pocket.
He's out of the pocket, so it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 with 3:11 to go. 26-0. Creston with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard.
I don't want to say it to be mean or rude, but
you're going to say it anyway.
I'm going to say it. But Creston walks with a swagger.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you see them? They got that little cocky walk. They got a little swagger to them.
But they've been respectful, and they help Trojan ball carriers up afterwards. He said a couple times. I know you don't like that. 2nd down and 10 for Atlantic, their own 37. A snap. Hand off Hendrickson, and he has nowhere to go. Boy, he is buried at the line of scrimmage. Boy, I tell you, running has been tough, and we saw those defensive linemen and offensive linemen come out to form up, and you and I, we were in awe.
Mm-hmm.
No, 3rd down and 10.
Our coach is such a liar. He's going to have to go to confession because those guys are no way that
You think they're bigger than that?
Guaranteed. I mean...
Yeah, they've got Mickelson up there at 6'2", 210. He wears number 63. He's clogging things up all night. And Chapman at 260.
That ain't no 210.
Kerr on that right side wearing 65. Here's a snap to Zayden Parker. Rolling right. He's in trouble again. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does, and it is so caught by Hayes across the 50. First down and 10. They're going to say he didn't have it when he went down. I tell you, Hayes is athletic.
He is.
That bounced off, and then he was just about able to bring it in. I thought he had it, but he did not. And it would have been a Trojan first down. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for Atlantic. Parker was lucky to get that away. I mean, he was running for his life.
Yeah, the second half, he's running a lot. Besides to the sideline to get to play, he's running for his life.
2:21 to go, third quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard, 32-0 Panthers. And Raps to the punt again. Here it is, gets it away. That's a spiraling punt. It's taken by Tripp at the 25-30, and he's brought down by Bruce and company at the 32-yard line. A return of 7 for Weston Tripp, the all-purpose player for Creston. Reed Woodward, I believe, that's Colton Becker down there again.
Oh, yeah.
Becker's got a good base on him. He's strong. He's had a good game again tonight, despite the 32-0 deficits. Nick Bennett will check in at the linebacker spot, along with O'Brien and Becker. Cale Turner comes up on a 1st and 10 for the 32. The snap and the give to Hayes, and he gets yards to the 35. A pickup of 3 tough yards for Hayes. 2nd down and 7 with 2 minutes to play third quarter. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Are by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Contact John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dankla, and Nick Knutson. Trojans just haven't been able to stay away from those big pass plays, Gary. And they haven't been bad on the run, and then the Panthers will break a big one. And Turner to Hayes again. Turner keeps it. 40, has some room. 45, cuts outside 50, 45, and he's brought down inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. A good carry. A pickup of 27 yards for the quarterback, Cale Turner. And that's the first time we've seen him run out of the pocket. And what a great fake, by the way.
Oh, most definitely. Usually he's running backwards to throw it. This time he just went forward. He still got all those yards.
Stepped out of bounds. He has a Brown shoe fit first down with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Panthers driving again up 32-0. Snap back, Cale Turner, he's going to set up and throw. Rolls right, tosses off to Hayes at the 40, 35, 30, 25, down the 20, far sideline, breaks the tackle, and bangs into a Trojan defender at the 10. In the Armor Insurance red zone, and I think a Trojan defender is down on the far sideline. There was a bad crash down at that 10-yard line. Hayes just put his head down and rammed into a Trojan defender. Automatic 34-8 over Glidden into the third.
He's paying for it.
Yeah. So the Panthers now deep in Trojan territory in the Armor Insurance red zone at the 13-yard line. Another Brown shoe fit first down. Timeout for the injury. We're back in 1 minute on 95.7 FM and live streaming on WesternIowaToday.com.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergen from Eye Associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
At casshealth.org/podcast.
Colton Becker, the player shaken up on the far side. He's had a tremendous game, and he had a collision with Brendan Hayes on the far side. So Colton comes out. The football on the 13-yard line of Atlantic in that Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 243-1951. That's easy to remember. Turn around the gun, takes a snap, play action, rolls left, and he's being chased, tosses, and it's incomplete. He wanted Josh Schaefer. Oh, they did give it to him.
He got to pick it off the turf.
Whoa, Schaefer just above the grass, or the fake grass, I should say. And a 13-yard TD throw to Josh Schaefer. Schaefer's second touchdown grab of the game. And that one covered 13 yards. And now it's 38-0 Panthers.
And they're finally going to kick an extra point.
And Hayes will kick the extra point. He does about everything. And the snap forthcoming. And the Trojans jump.
Now they'll go for two.
Now, I think they'll kick it.
Think so?
I think they'll kick it.
It happened once before and they went for two.
A pass play of 13 to Josh Schaefer. He's got back-to-back catches for the Panthers. And the extra point is going to be moved up about 1.5 yards to the 9-yard line. A 19-yard extra point attempt for Brendan Hayes with 1:08 to play in the third quarter. Snap, set, kick. Boy, that's a line drive, and it is good. 39-0 Panthers on the Seed Pros scoreboard. We're back right after this 30-second timeout.
If you love fall, you're going to absolutely fall in love with the new fall arrivals at Brown Shoe Fit in downtown Atlantic. Stop in and see our selection of fall shoes and boots for fashion and work. Game ready, tailgate cool, and the coolest styles to hit the school. You'll find the greatest fall fashions at Brown Shoe Fit, a tradition of quality, fashion, and comfort at your Atlantic Brown Shoe Fit at 502 Chestnut Street.
Welcome back to Atlantic as the Panthers open up a 39-0 lead. We'll have the running clock here. Unless the Trojans can try to punch one in. As Atlantic won last year at Creston 28-21. The Trojans then missed making the playoffs by less than a point according to the criteria. Creston did get in. And the Panthers have built themselves a really good football team here in 2023. Haynes' kickoff is a high one. And it's going to be the Trojans return at the 20. This is Waters, and he collides with a Creston defender at the 25 for a 20-yard return. Atlantic will have it a first down at 10, and Austin Evans again down there to make the stop.
We'll have to. Oh, Becker's back out because he's a guard, but he's back out.
Yeah, because he's tough. That's why the guy is just tougher than nails.
Yeah,
and that's great to see. He was down for a while there on the far side. Athletic trainer Andy Neiman I saw working on him and got him fixed up. And Becker says, "I'm playing. I'm back out there, man. You're not going to keep me out of here." First and 10. 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. 39-0 Panthers. Here's the handoff to McLaren. He's tackled at the line. He might have got a half a yard, and that's it. Wow. Bollinger was there to make the stop.
No, Fergie saw it, but Becker was down the field, and he just bulldozed one of their defensive backs down. So, yeah, he's ready to play still.
Atlantic has it, second down and 10, just outside the Trojan 25, and time will run out here in the third quarter on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 39-0. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM and live video streaming on WesternIowaToday.com.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Welcome back to Atlantic as the Panthers up big here at 39-0 after 3 quarters of play.
And they're leaving their starters out on defense.
Give them some reps here.
So what's that telling you?
Atlantic has it thrown to 25.5-yard line with a fresh 12 on the board, the final 12. Trojans just need to keep going here and see if they can get something on the board. They'll huddle up with a running clock here in the fourth quarter with that 39-point Panther lead. Brock Goodrich wide right, Rasmussen wide left, Hayes in the slot. Shotgun set for Parker. And he'll keep it on a designed run, and he is hit down to the 25. Smashing in there to make the stop is Dryden, who's now playing a defensive back for. So it's going to be a third down, loss of a yard, 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I mean, number 7 just flew up and tattooed our quarterback.
Jack Walter made the stop, not Dryden. Walter made the tackle for the Panthers. 3rd down, 11 for Creston. For Atlantic, rather. 3 receivers to the right side. Hedrick alone set back to the right side of Parker out of the gun. He'll take the snap, wants to throw, pump fake, in trouble. Now he launched a deep pass, and it is incomplete. Intended for Brock Goodrich down the hash mark. Dylan Starlin was on the coverage for the Panthers. 11:06 to go.
Was that 3rd down? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
4th down for the Trojans. They'll have to punt it again. Boy, I tell you, Rasmussen, he's been busy putting the football tonight.
Creston's kicker's legs getting tired, and Rasmussen's legs getting tired from punting.
10:46 left in the game, a running clock. A couple of deep backs now for Creston. At near side is Briley. Weston Tripp. They stand on their own 40. The punt is away. It's an end over end. Taken by Briley at the 45, and he's wrestled down.
Bulldog down.
Bulldog down is the best way to put it. The 47-yard line. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Briley on the return.
That was O'Brien, 21, made that tackle.
O'Brien on the stop for the Trojans. Clock will continue to run here. 10 minutes, near the 10-minute mark to play in the game. Panthers have beaten some big-time teams with Lewis Central and Harlan. En route to this one tonight, they're up 39-0, under 10 to go now in this fourth quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Turner, the quarterback for the Panthers. He sets the line. He'll take the snap, and he'll keep it up the middle. Gets to the 50-yard line. Still going, and jitterbugs down to the 47 of Atlantic.
I don't know why you'd run him. I mean, your game is over, and you're running your stud quarterback.
He picked up 6. Second out and 4 for the Panthers.
And he's kind of got a little gift to him now.
The ball on the far hash mark as the Trojans are hitting hard. 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter. 39-0 Panthers with the lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 3 receivers to the left. Cale Turner out of the shotgun. Hayes in the backfield. Snap back. Screen pass caught by Dryden. He gets across the 35-yard line. And they're going to mark his knee down to 35 on a brown shoe fit first down. A gain of 18 yards, a first down at 10 Panthers on the Seed Pro scoreboard.
Right down the middle, like this is wide open.
Caden Dryden with a touchdown catch. 8:44 to go, and they're going to hand off to the new tailback, and he is bulldogged down. That is Jackson Pettigrew. Pettigrew, a 5'9 sophomore, 150-pounder, now playing for Hayes in the backfield, the backup tailback.
So 33's been in and out of the game all night.
Yes.
He's been kind of hobbling, but he's sticking it out.
Second and 11, 8:18 to go in the game. 39-0 Panthers on top of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Here's a snap to Turner. He's going to keep it again. Rolls left and across the 35, and he's spun down at about the 32. A gain of 4, third down for Creston. And now we've got a little chippiness going on out there.
Bruce also in on this tackle.
Third down and about 9 for the Panthers. The football at the 34 of Atlantic of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Yeah, a few words exchanged down there, but no harm, no foul.
No, there's no flags. The officials got there and finger pointing.
Yeah, that's what
I'm going that way next time, so look out.
3rd and 9, Creston at the 34 of Atlantic. Turner out of the gun, takes a snap. He's going to keep it. Behind the wall, cuts inside the 30, and he breaks a tackle to the 25. He ran through a leg tackle. Gets down to 25, very close to a first down.
It just amazes me. They're running their quarterback, and they're winning this big.
4th down and 1. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, 39-0 Creston with 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. They'll line up in a double tie with 2 receivers left. Turner on a 4th and 1, takes the snap. He's going to run it again. Oh, he's hit the backfield and brought down. How about Colton Becker? Streaking through there and made the stop. And Atlantic turns the Panthers away. Becker with a big tackle.
That was big. That was huge. Good for him. He deserves that.
So Atlantic takes over on downs. First down and 10. With 6.5 to play in the game.
27-yard
Olson Fuel Supply brings us our post-game show coming up. Atlantic will host Perry right here on this field. And next Friday night, we'll have the broadcast on the TV, on your screen.
I'm going to see if Fergie can rip off a jersey next week from Perry.
And give it to Perry.
Yep.
For the 32, the pitch back goes to O'Brien, cuts inside, and he is hit and dropped for a loss back to the 26.
I noticed they're keeping some studs in.
Yeah, that
but
was.
It looks like they're kind of got their defensive line kind of, I think, are sitting out now. These are all fresh guys on the defensive line for Creston.
Yep, they are, because they're a lot smaller. You can tell.
Now the weight, I believe.
Kerr and Mickelson and Chapman, those are 3 big guys and athletic. 2nd down and 11 for the Trojans at their own 26. 5:35 to go in the game on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 39-0 Panthers with the lead. Coach Brummer will send the play in with the clock stopped.
We have a guy with some equipment problems. He's got to get his shoe back on.
Okay. Parker will check in. Play clock runs, and the game clock will start up with a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Atlantic comes up on a second down and 11. Football on the own 26-yard line. Tristan Hayes wide right, Rasmussen wide left, Parker under center with the high backfield behind him, and they'll hand off the fullback, Gavin McLaren, and he has nowhere to go. And that's been the story all night long with that defensive line. As you mentioned, Perry, the backup's in now.
Yeah, they're fresh. Them boys wanting to prove a point, too.
Gain of 1, 3rd and 10 for the Trojans.
But aren't we missing a couple starters on the offensive line?
Well, Xavier Darrow is not here.
That's a big one.
You know, and Evan Sorensen has been in and out the lineup with an injury. Yeah, the Trojans, they have some injuries. And, of course, Traven Hansen is the center. He's out.
Right, that's what I mean. We're kind of so we got guys stepping up, so that's just the way it is.
That's the way it is, next man up. And Xavier Darrow will probably be back next week, I would think. 3rd and 10 Atlantic, 4:29 to go. Ball to 27. Hayes hustles in motion to the right. Parker wants to throw it. He's going to set up all kinds of time. Now he's going to be flushed. Rolls left. No one is open. He's going to try to force one into Hayes, and it's incomplete. Jack Walter knocked it away. And a 4th and 10 for Atlantic with 4:07 to play in the game. Big weekend plans for you, Perry?
Heading to Creston to hang out with my brother-in-law and sister. Take off tomorrow, but I got to go somewhere and watch the Huskers.
Yep.
So, I mean, hope it's better than tonight.
Rasmussen will punt it, and it's a line drive, no one deep for the Creston Panthers. And O'Brien chase it down again at the 38-yard line of the Panthers with 3:34 to go. Nebraska. Who do they have tomorrow? They've got Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Trust me, I'm going to get some tongue lashing because I made fun of Iowa last week. So there are going to be a lot of Iowa fans going to give it back.
Iowa, the Hawkeyes have Michigan State tomorrow night. Iowa State will play Oklahoma. I got a good feeling about Iowa State tomorrow.
Whoever's flying the drone over this.
First down and 10, Panthers. 3 minutes left. Turner back in at quarterback. And a whole new set of guys in there now. They're going to grow the pitch across the 40 to the 41. And taking that pitch is Tyler Riley. And some positive yards on the carry. 2nd down and 7 for Creston. 2:42 to go. 39-0 with Panthers with the lead over Atlantic. And an injured Creston player, a lineman limping out. That is number 61, Garrick Clausen, a backup O-lineman. 2nd down and 8 for Creston. 2:20 to play. 39-0 Panthers. Here's Turner on the carry. Dodges way up to the 45, a pickup of 4. 3rd down and 3.
That was Becker making the tackle.
Becker again.
Trap the ball carrier.
Leads the team in tackles for the season, and he's had another big night tonight. Atlantic getting some subs in as well as Muller will check in for the Trojans, and Becker will come out. They're going to save him for next week.
That's a big linebacker we put in there.
Yes, Jack Muller. 1:49 left, 3rd down and 3 from the 45 of Creston. Turner looks over the sidelines, milking that clock down at 6 seconds of the play clock and the snap. And they'll hand it off the tailback again, and Muller makes the stop at the 46-yard line. Gain of 1.
Big 61. Good for him.
Muller comes in and makes the tackle.
Stop by Muller.
It looks like an offensive lineman.
Nice job by Jack Muller, who just stepped in for Becker. Muller is 6'1", 190, sophomore. We'll see him a lot.
Good.
Here in the next 2 1/3 years. Week 7 coming up next week, if you can believe that, Perry Fief. I mean,
I told you,
man.
From the first game until now, it just goes so fast. It just goes so fast.
4th and 2, Creston, under 1 minute to play, up 39-0. Turner will keep it across the 50, has the first down, is wrestled down at the 42-yard line.
I mean, they're like playing him like he's going for a Heisman.
Tackle by.
Like, dude's got all these yards passing, now he's trying to catch up on the runs, too.
He gained 12 there. It's a first down at 10. A Brown Shoefit first down with 36 seconds to play. Creston up 39-0. Cale Turner with 4 touchdown passes tonight. for the Panthers. They made one 2-point conversion. High backfield. Turner or check that in the gun. And again, they run the ball across the 40 and another gang tackle about the 37-yard line, and that will be the game. Panthers win it 39-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Our post-game show will be coming up.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. There's some more.
And we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're back in 2 minutes.
The Super Bowl in Atlantic is a staple of Cass County get-togethers. From family reunions, birthday parties, night out with friends, and a fun date night, the Super Bowl has always been here. With Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays, bumpers and ramps for kids, anyone can have a blast at the Super Bowl. Get the ball rolling on your next night out and get-together. Call Dan at 243-4656 to book the Super Bowl in Atlantic.
Soda? Pop? Soda pop? Belly wash? I found that one on Google. No matter what you call it, you are getting a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite from Olson's BP when you buy any large Godfather's Pizza. That's right, the September special at Olson's BP in Atlantic. Buy any large Godfather's Pizza and get a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite. Limit 4 per order. Olson's BP in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store. The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
And welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP. As Atlantic falls to Creston 39-0. Olson's BP, great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel to keep you going company. And I want to make a correction. That was Weston Tripp.
Yeah, my fault, too.
That wasn't your fault. Weston, we've called his number all night, and he was number 1. We thought it was Cale Turner, number 4, but no, it was Tripp. And Coach Morrison resting Cale for the next week's game. And Weston Tripp was running out of the Wildcat. And we saw Tripp do that earlier, so I want to make sure we made that clear. It was Weston Tripp who was carrying the ball, not Cale Turner. They're here in the fourth quarter with that running clock. Kevin Ferguson is down the field, and he'll catch up with Coach Brummer here before we get to our post-game show here, brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. Great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel. The Keep You Going company, Olson's in Atlantic. Here we go with Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Coach, first half, the Creston offense tore off some big chunk plays, and after some turnovers and stuff too, and it was just hard for your defense to get up.
Yeah, I know the defense was out there a long time, and with an up-tempo type of offense they got going there, it was tough to fight all night. Didn't move the ball very well on offense. We couldn't sustain drives. A couple costly turnovers, but the kids fought. They played hard. Creston's, depends which poll you look at, rated 1 or 2 for a reason. Really tough game tonight.
I thought the Creston lateral pursuit was something that was, you'd look at a hole on the offensive line, and it just all of a sudden it was gone.
Yeah, no, they flew the football. They did a phenomenal job of playing downhill, and they played really well tonight.
This week, offensive execution is your goal?
Yeah, that's something we need to look at. No, we need to get healthy. We still had some guys dinged up that we had some younger guys have to play in some spots that hadn't been in yet or not used to. So we got to make sure that we're repping that stuff a little bit more. Just with some injuries that popped up here and there and trying to get as deep as we can.
Perry next week should be a game that the Trojans can stay in and win.
Hopefully.
Thanks, Coach, for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. Again, the final 39-0. And, when you look at it, and Coach Brummer mentioned it, the kids played hard.
Yeah, they did.
Just a very good team. They played their tails off, and, they fell short to a good Glenwood team earlier. And once again, the final score, 39-0 in the game here is having fun with the video. And
it's a joke.
Yeah, okay. maybe you'll let it out here during the break, Perry, huh? Speaking of that, Perry will let out his word of the week coming up here as well. Hey, our post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP Great Food, Godfather's Pizza, and Quality BP Fuel, the keep you going company, Olson's in Atlantic. We'll have the injury report coming out with the Body Basics. Call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. We're back right after this.
Soda? Pop? Soda pop? Belly wash? I found that one on Google. No matter what you call it, you are getting a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite from Olson's BP when you buy any large Godfather's Pizza. That's right, the September special at Olson's BP in Atlantic. Buy any large Godfather's Pizza and get a free 2-liter of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite. Limit 4 per order. Olson's BP in Atlantic, the keep you going store.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Welcome back. Post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. The final 39-0 Panthers with a shutout tonight, and they go to 6-0 on the year, and highly ranked. One in some polls, 2 in others, and they're as good as advertised. Harlan Community bounces back after their loss to Creston last week with a 49-7 win over Perry. Tonight, and not Perry Fief, but Perry High. And so Perry will be here next week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Former Vice President Mike Pence will be here as well, helping with a flip of the coin as he makes his tour across Iowa, making a stop here. Well, the injury reports, and there was a few folks shaken up here. I know Colton Becker was down for a moment, but not out.
No,
he got him fixed up and back out of the field. He had a great night tonight again for Atlantic. Evan Sorensen might have been shaken up earlier, but he was back out to play, so that was good to see. And looked like Creston got out of the game in pretty decent shape here tonight. So that's our injury report, brought to you by Body Basics. Call 254-BODY, get your body back to the basics. Long distance play of the game, brought to you by Dvorak Tire. Be ready to go to the long distance with tires from Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. We're back right after this.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantecker, Gary Dinkwa, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
At Dvorak Tire and Service, we specialize in long distance. Whether you need new tires on your truck, van, car, SUV, or tractor, or service on your vehicle, at Dvorak Tire and Service, we go the extra mile to ensure that you can too. Oil changes, brakes, electrical, engine overhauls, and more. Our crew works hard so your crew can get where you need. So when you need to go the short or long distance, count on Dvorak Tire and Service on the corner of 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Cross-country team helping to clean up the stands. That's really awesome here. So get things cleaned up for next Friday night. The long-distance play of the game brought to you by Dvorak Tire. Be ready to go the long distance with tires from Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. And that was a 65-yard run by Brendan Hayes. With 2:50 to go in the first quarter, he broke loose and untouched into the end zone. That gave the Panthers a 12-0 lead at that point in the first quarter. That's how that quarter ended, at 12-0. Those are the game coming up, brought to you by Chris Houghton, Earth Moving. He's digging it every day. We're back right after this.
At Dvorak Tire and Service, we specialize in long distance. Whether you need new tires on your truck, van, car, SUV, or tractor, or service on your vehicle, at Dvorak Tire and Service, we go the extra mile to ensure that you can too. Oil changes, brakes, electrical, engine overhauls, and more. Our crew works hard so your crew can get where you need. So when you need to go the short or long distance, count on Dvorak Tire and Service on the corner of 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Partner with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. With exceptional yield and value, neighbor-friendly weed control, and more new elite genetics developed faster, Stein can help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience with Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Contact Trey Bricks at 249-2503.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
Welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. And Perry and Kevin, the Does of the game. It's brought to you by Chris Houghton. Digging it every day, you guys.
Ferg, I know what I want.
I'm guessing you want that hit by Evan Sorensen.
No, I want that. What Becker did to that big fat offensive lineman.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't cuss on air, but that was blank over appetite.
Yeah, we might even have to come up with a new award called Grave Digger.
Yeah, that was something amazing. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so it is Colton Becker and Evan Sorensen getting the dozer of the game here this evening. We thank Chris Houghton, Earth Moving, for sponsoring our dozer of the game. They are digging it every day. Perry Fief's word of the week coming up. It's brought to you by Lyman Ag, where their goal is your profitability. Your Channel C dealers, Lee Satoff, Jim Swanson, your Channel C dealers. Back with Perry's word right after this.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
And welcome back to the Lyman Ag Perry Fief Word of the Week here. And Perry, your word, I think I know what it is, but go ahead.
It wasn't that hard to get in, but I was trying to get something behind it. But it was, I put heat seeking, but the word was missile.
It was missile. Okay. That's what I thought. The word of the week.
It's like I think the guy that gave me the word, I think he was just a little busy this week.
He's a little what?
He's a little busy and worried about football, and he just kind of gave me a funny word.
Well, thank gosh it wasn't grope.
I wish it was. I should have saved it.
I had a couple people comment on that there. And you notice I didn't even go to the concession stand at halftime. I was afraid I'd get grope. And you gave everybody the okay there.
Final score, Panthers 39 at Atlantic. Nothing tonight. Atlantic will host Perry next week here at Trojan Bowl. We'll have pregame at 6 and the kickoff at 7. Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, Cody Weaver, and Michael Sheriff back at the studios. Thanks for joining us for our live video stream and our radio broadcast on 95.7 FM. Hope everyone has a great weekend and good night from Atlantic.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
John here from Atlantic IV. I just wanted to thank Atlantic and the surrounding communities for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs. You can be sure that we are working hard looking for deals to save you money on your groceries and at the pump. Thanks again from all of us here at your Atlantic IV for allowing us to serve your meat, grocery, floral, and pharmacy needs, and we'll see you soon.